Broadcasting more than 2,000 games live and archived in 15 sports in over 10 counties in western Pennsylvania, as well as being the exclusive home for all the WPIAL playoffs and championships for nearly 2 decades. Anytime, anywhere, always there. We are the new Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Welcome to exclusive coverage of the 2018 WPIAL Swimming Championships, only here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. The Swimming Championships at Trib, hssn.triblive.com, are sponsored in part by Sandcastle, by Excella Health, by 380 Discount Warehouse, by Seton Hill University, by AstroTurf, by UPMC Sports Medicine, by Carlow University, and by Trib Total Media.
Good morning and welcome to the 2018 WPIAL Swimming Championships for the AAA classification here from the University of Pittsburgh Trees Pool. I'm Sean Myers alongside Mike Azadian. Mike, we're just about set to begin this day of action where we'll be crowning champions for the AAA classification in a number of events, as today, the first of 2 days for the competitions at Trees Pool. We're going to do the 200 Medley Relay, 200 Freestyle, 200 IM, 50 Freestyle, 100 Butterfly, and 200 Freestyle Relay, as we're just about set for the first heat on the girls 200 Medley Relay. There will be 5 teams competing in heat number 1. The far side from the camera is pool number 2. That is Taylor Alderdice's relay team. In lane number 3, Trinity. In lane number 4, Penn Hills. In lane 5, Gateway. And the closest lane of the teams competing, lane number 6, Canon McMillan High School. We are underway. Again, this is the first of 4 heats for this particular event, the girls 200-yard medley relay. For those who might not be swimming experts, the medley is comprised of all the different types of strokes, beginning with the backstroke, then the breaststroke, then the butterfly, and then the freestyle. And Mike, as we see the teams competing here with Taylor Alderdice seemingly having the early upper hand, these teams are the ones that had the poorest qualifying times.
Yes.
Typically, you won't see medalists out of this group. If it's 4 total heats, usually heat 3 and 4 is where you have your top teams.
Usually 99% of the times it's heat 4. Every now and again you'll see something in heat 3, but you'll always see it in heat 4. But heat 1, they're halfway through right now, Sean. But the story of the day is going to be, can anybody dethrone in AAA North Allegheny boys, North Allegheny girls? They are the prima donna, the prime suspect. Everybody knows about North Allegheny, how good they are. Can they beat them? And they have not been able to beat them in years.
In this opening heat, Alderdice, a City League school, with the early upper hand with about a 3-second lead over the second place team, Penn Hills. As now the final lap of this opening heat, and it looks like it will be the Dragons who take the top spot, and indeed it is a finish of 150.96 for Alderdice. Second place team, Canon McMillan, 154.36. In third place, Penn Hills with a time of 154.38. In fourth, Trinity, 158.10. And in fifth place, Gateway, the time 2:05:06. So those are your 5 scores for heat number 1. Now keep in mind, if we see a particularly impressive time in one of the earlier heats, it will come into play later, as we have heats 2, 3, and 4 upcoming.
Heat number 2 in lane 1 is Hempfield. In lane number 2 is Shaler Area High School. In lane 3 is Greater Latrobe High School. In lane 4 is Woodland Hills High School. In lane 5 is Hampton. In lane 6 is Bethel Park. In lane 7 is Laurel Highlands. In lane 8 is Penn Trafford here in Heat 2. And they're ready, and they're in there for the back stroke. I'm Mike Yazadian, he's Sean Myers, Chris Lackner on video, Jeremy Bossy back in the studio.
The boss man.
We're going to thank everybody, and it's going to be a long day. We'll be here for 2 sessions, and we'll let you know the winners, and we'll have a medalist soon coming out of Heat 4 more than likely in the girls as they finish the backstroke. It looks like in lane 8 it is Penn Trafford leading. Now they are to the butterfly. Is that the breaststroke? Butterfly second? Yeah.
Yeah, it goes back, breast, butterfly, and freestyle.
So it is breaststroke right now. And coming into this latter half of that, it looks like catching up now in lane 3 is Greater Latrobe is first. Latrobe and Penn Trafford neck and neck into the water for the third leg. And it is the breaststroke. Oh, check that. Butterfly. It's breast and butterfly. I apologize. As they hit the wall coming into the second leg. Still in lane 8, Penn Trafford. Looks like they have a slight lead over Greater Latrobe, but they are close. And it looks like after 3/4 of the way, it's going to be Penn Trafford. Final leg is the freestyle. And Penn Trafford hold on to win this heat.
Actually looks like Laurel Highlands somehow snuck in with the quickest time so far.
Is that Laurel Highlands? I'm sorry, I thought it was Greater Latrobe. Man, it's hard to read these things from this year. They're a little bit different, but winning this third heat, or second heat, I'm sorry, it's going to be...
That's Laurel Highlands.
In lane 7, Laurel Highlands. So lane 7, Laurel Highlands is in the lead. Trying to get our bearings here. We've got people in front of us. But we'll get you going and figure out the lane assignments into Heat 3. Sean, you got Heat 3.
In lane number 1, South Fayette. Lane number 2, Norwin. Lane 3, Butler. Lane 4, North Hills. Lane 5, Seneca Valley. Lane 6, Plum. Lane 7, Pine Richland. And lane 8, Mars. This is the third of the 4 heats for the girls' 200 medley relay. Again, down and back 4 times, 4 different strokes, beginning with the backstroke. Lane 1, the furthest lane from our camera. Lane 8, the closest, as we're underway in heat number 3, beginning with the backstroke. The 4th and final heat to follow as the competitors hit the wall and turn for the first time. And it looks like the lead team thus far is South Fayette in lane number 1.
WPIAL record set in 2015, Sean, by North Allegheny, 142.56. There are a couple of people close, a couple of teams close in Heat 4, but it's going to take an effort to beat that.
Through the first leg, it is South Fayette. Now the breaststroke for these teams. The Lions looking to maintain that edge and possibly extend it. Although it looks like potentially Butler in lane 3 has taken a bit of an edge. Again, it's the girls' 200 medley relay. And it is the Golden Tornado who come in with the best time thus far. Now we move on to the third leg of the medley. That's the butterfly. So it was South Fayette after the first leg, Butler after the second leg. As the Golden Tornado trying to maintain that edge, but North Hills right there as well, and the lane just closer, lane number 4. First team to the wall, it is Butler. And that brings on the final leg, the freestyle. Butler with a narrow lead currently. And now we'll see if any of these teams could make a move down the stretch. The Golden Tornado with a narrow lead. North Hills close again. Seneca Valley also making a surge, as well as Plum. It's down to those 4 teams. Photo finish. Who took it? Seneca Valley, 149.23, just ahead of Plum at 149.32. Third place, North Hills, 149.45. Butler, 149.46. And Mike, you rarely see 4 teams that close.
That's real close. Very, very, very close. And those are some good scores. They're all under their heat score, which tells me in this next heat, we could see a WPIAL record set. In lane 1 is going to be Franklin Regional High School, Fox Chapel in lane 2, Moon in lane 3, North Allegheny in lane 4, Mount Lebanon in lane 5, Upper St. Clair in lane 6, Oakland Catholic in lane 7, and in lane 8 is Peters Township, as we should get our medalists from this group. 200 girls 200-yard medley relay, breaststroke, butterfly, or backstroke, butterfly, breaststroke, and freestyle. They're in the water, ready for the backstroke to start. Big crowd here. It's Joseph C. Trees Pool, home of Pitt Swimming and Diving. 2018 WPIAL Swim Meet the Championships. And they're off. 8 lanes. Backstroke up and back. Butterfly up and back. Breaststroke up and back. And freestyle up and back. 4 different strokes. And from my vantage point, it looks like North Allegheny in first. They are after the first leg. Into the water for leg 2 with the breaststroke. Or the butterfly, I'm sorry, butterfly. Sean? And it looks like it's going to be a tight heat right now as North Allegheny still with a slight lead, but catching up is Moon, and after 2 legs, Moon is leading over North Allegheny.
And now we move to the butterfly.
Butterfly, my mistake, it was breaststroke, then butterfly. They're flying now. Butterfly, and it's Moon, North Allegheny, and Mount Lebanon. 3 teams vying for the lead. Latter half of the butterfly. It's going to be close. It looks like Mount Lebanon's going to lead. We've had 3 different leaders under 3 different disciplines, and here comes the freestyle. Up and back for a champion. It's Mount Lebanon with a lead. The Mount Lebanon folks in front of us are going crazy. They've got 50 meters to go. Mount Lebanon with a slight lead over Moon. North Allegheny third. They're to the wire. And it's going to be Mount Lebanon the champion. North Allegheny second, Moon third. A great race to start things here, Sean, at Joseph C. Trees Pool.
Yeah, it really was. And you can tell if you're watching right now the excitement level of everyone here. When you know that your team has an opportunity to close it out, that's down to that final leg. If you're a teammate, a fan, you want to do everything you can to try to urge that swimmer on. Just a little split second, a 1/10 of a second quicker could be all the difference. And what a performance by the Blue Devils as they get the first gold of this morning.
We'll go to the boys 200-yard medley relay. We'll switch things around so you get the final call. I'll start, you'll go second.
All right.
In lane 1, it's going to be Greater Latrobe Area High School, Gateway in lane 2, and Plum in lane 3. Heat 1 of 4 for the boys. The girls, we have a champion, one already. And, you know, Sean, I did not see the time, the official time. Did you see the official time? I saw it, and then they took it off the board. But we'll get.
Yeah, I believe they will have sheets that will have
we'll have
all
sheets
those.
for us. I don't know if Mount Lebanon. I think they were under their seed time, but I don't know if they got a WPIAL record. Boys WPIAL record set in 2015 by Upper St. Clair, Dzinski, Liu, Minuth, and Wong at 1:30.32. And looking at the seed times, Sean, in that last one, North Allegheny has a seed time of 1:30.55, which is just under the WPIAL record. So we could
blows
see
every other team away as far as the seed timing.
Well, let's face it, you're going to have a special team to beat North Allegheny because they have so many swimmers. They qualify in every event. They qualify numerous people in every event. So they pile some points up. But you're going to have, in order to beat them, you're going to have to compile a team and do something special like they have done for years.
And I talked to some coaches that said they thought maybe the NA boys could be the best team in the entire country. I mean, it has been a complete dominant program for the Tigers.
Yeah, they're unbelievable. I mean, I've been here so many years in a row now watching NA boys and girls dominate. And there have been some chinks in the armor. Every now and again, someone else will sneak in there in the girls or the boys. But for the most part, it's all North Allegheny every year as we wait somewhat of a delay. Mr. Lackner? Can you hand that to him when you get a chance, and whenever he's not talking, ask him to read it throughout the day? Our announcement about the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Myself and Sean Myers, glad to join you. Sean, you've only done this a few years. I've been doing this for years. It's a lot of fun.
Year number 2 for me, yep.
It's a lot of fun, a lot of people, a lot of swimmers, a lot of activity.
And how good is it that we have the video broadcast of it now? I think as great as we are as play-by-play analysts, it truthfully is a lot easier for the audience at home to see what's happening and to appreciate what's happening via the video feed. And I think that's really added a nice bonus for our coverage starting last year and now continuing as well again this year.
Yeah, it's so much fun. I mean, we're down a little closer to pool level. We used to be way up top, but then we couldn't really see the finish unless you leaned over. And those were good locations for a lot of time, but not great location for video. Although video, the only problem up there was you couldn't see the video, you couldn't see the finish. Now, there was talk about putting us on the diving board, which I think would be the ideal location because then we'd get full view of the finish on video. But I think by regulation and by safety, they didn't want anybody up there, which I could kind of understand. But Mr. Lackner climbs up and puts the sign up.
Now, he was thinking about wearing his swim trunks today, but he decided against it.
I don't know if that's a good look for him. And they're in the water getting ready now for the boys. Heat 1 of the boys' 200-yard medley relay. And they're asking for quiet. PIAA officials in front of us asking for quiet so they can hear the starter's gun. And there they are on the backstroke, the boys. Greater Latrobe, Gateway, and Plum here. Backstroke, heat 1 of 4. New location for us, 3rd year in a row with a different location, 2nd year of video. Glad you can join us if you're watching. And if you're watching and you're coming down for AA, stop by and say hi to Chris Lackner, Mike Azadian, and Sean Myers. We appreciate you stopping by to say hello. In lane 1, leading after backstroke is Greater Latrobe, and in the water for the breaststroke, still Latrobe leading. 4 heats. We'll have it all for you. All AAA and AA this afternoon, and in the finals tomorrow will be Steve Nagler and Sean Saputo. Sean, I believe, his first year involved. And after 2 heats, Latrobe is going to lead. Now in for the butterfly, and still now it's Latrobe and Gateway second. Usually the breaststroke is the slowest of the 4. And now all of a sudden Gateway looks like they're going to take a lead. And after 3 disciplines, it is Gateway leading. In second, Greater Latrobe, and they go to the freestyle. Gateway takes a body length lead. Heat 1 of 4. Swimmers all around us, a lot of activity. In the far distance is the warm-up pool. And heat 1 of 4, and the finish, it will be Gateway wins it. Latrobe second, Plum third. And Sean will get you ready for heat number 2.
There will be 7 teams competing in this second heat. In the far lane, lane number 1, North Hills. Lane number 2, West Allegheny. Lane number 3, Penn Hills. Lane 4, Pine Richland. 5, Hampton. 6, Taylor Alderdice. And 7, Shaler area. Again, there's 8 total lanes that can be used here at Trees Pool. The far side, as you may see, that is the warm-up area for competitors who will be in a race later. As the individuals into the pool now for this boys 200 medley relay. 4 legs. The first leg, the backstroke. And we are underway. This is heat number 2 of 4 for the boys. Mount Lebanon girls captured the first gold medal in the medley relay as the swimmers down to the wall for the turn for the first time. It looks as though a slight edge to Pine Richland in the early going. As the second swimmers coming in, it is the Rams who do have the lead through the first leg, and now it's the breaststroke. Pine Richland trying to add to that lead as the Rams get to the turn. Pine Richland in lane number 4 with about a half-second lead halfway through. 53:49 the time, and it's actually more than a full second ahead of second place Hampton. Now the butterfly. Pine Richland has held the lead the entire race thus far, and the Rams still hold a significant lead, although now closing some ground is Penn Hills. And it's actually Penn Hills that has the quickest time through 3 legs. And now the freestyle. Can the Indians hang on in heat number 2 of 4 on the boys' side? Now it looks like Pine Richland might have regained that edge. Pine Richland, Penn Hills, and Hampton, the 3 teams competing. It looks like Pine Richland, it is the Rams. 141.17 just ahead of Hampton, 141.39. Third place goes to Penn Hills, 142.03. Then Shaler area, followed by Alderdice in 6. North Hills, West Allegheny rounds out the 7 competitors.
Heat 3, Franklin Regional in lane 1, Butler in lane 2, Norwin in lane 3, Moon in lane 4, Kiski in lane 5, Mount Lebanon in lane 6, Woodland Hills in lane 7, and Fox Chapel in lane 8. As we are in the boys 200-yard medley relay in the water for backstroke first. Butterfly second, breaststroke third, freestyle fourth. 4 heats. Usually the winner comes from heat number 4. 99% of the time, Sean, once in a while you'll see somebody who maybe had an error, who seeds into the third heat of 4. But as long as I've been here, I've really never seen a winner from heat 3. And they're off. Backstroke. As they go to the left of the pool. Coming back for the second leg. Up and back for each discipline. And leading after 1, it's going to be Moon after the backstroke in the water for the butterfly. AAA first this morning. It'll be finished a little bit after noon or so, and then 2 o'clock. Is it 2 we start or 3?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock we start double A. They split it up because a lot of these swimmers will swim in more than 1 event. Some of the better swimmers are swimming in 3 or 4 events. And after the breaststroke, it is Moon again, still in first. And the butterfly now. Way ahead now is Moon. After the butterfly, now into the freestyle. Moon ahead in lane 4, and they look like they're going to win this one easily. Kiski creeping up. Moon has led throughout. Heat 3, it's Moon first. Second, Kiski, and third, Woodland Hills.
And that brings us to our fourth and final heat of the boys 200 medley relay. In lane 1, the furthest lane from our camera, the Hempfield Spartans. In lane 2, Pittsburgh Central Catholic. Seneca Valley in lane 3. North Allegheny, the heavy favorite, in lane 4. Upper St. Clair in lane 5. Peters Township in 6. Cannon McMillan in 7. Penn Trafford in lane 8. That is the closest lane to us. North Allegheny really blew everyone out of the water in terms of the seed time, about 6 seconds better than the closest competitor.
WPIAL record, again, remember, 1:30.32 set 3 years ago, and North Allegheny well within reach of that.
Some instructions for the competitors. The competitors take their mark, and we are underway. The first leg, the backstroke for the 200 medley relay for the boys. This likely to crown the gold medalist. Keep an eye on lane 4. That's where the Tigers are, the team expected to win this competition. Right now, it's between North Allegheny and Upper St. Clair. As those two teams have the best times, it's actually North Allegheny by a slim margin over the Panthers, as we're on to leg number 2, the breaststroke. And it looks as though it is Upper St. Clair who has taken the edge here.
Upper St. Clair 6 seconds seated lower than NA. Interesting.
And they have nearly a second lead over the Tigers through the Panthers, as we're on to leg number 3, the butterfly. Will North Allegheny be able to make up some ground now? Will the Panthers be able to maintain the edge?
Oh, NA's ahead now. They're flying.
Indeed, the Tigers have pulled ahead of Upper St. Clair, heading into the final competitor for the freestyle. North Allegheny holding a lead of over a second. Can the Tigers get their first of what could be many gold medals here today?
It's going to be close. It's going to be real close for a record.
They make the turn. North Allegheny looks like it has this one in the bag. The Tigers closing in, and North Allegheny 1:30.97.
Nope.
The winning time.
Just missed the WPIAL record. Just missed it.
Second place, Upper St. Clair, 1:32.90, followed by Peters Township. In fourth place, Seneca Valley coming in 5th, Cannon McMillan in 6th, Hempfield 7th for Central Catholic, and 8th, Penn Trafford. 1:30.97, the Tigers capture gold.
And we move on to the girls' 200-yard freestyle. Now, they do take some breaks to give out medals, and usually it's after a couple of events, so we'll wait and see. There are girls now lining up. So it's the girls' 200-yard freestyle, and it's going to be individual stuff now. The WPIAL record in this, it's going to be hard. Leah Smith, fantastic swimmer she was, 1:45.81. To show you how good that was, there is nobody within 9 seconds of a seed time that good. Leah Smith was tremendous. And in lane 1, it's going to be Barry Taylor of Seneca Valley. Lane 2 is Lydia Niabolio of Shaler area. Franklin Regional sends Shalia Ling. Mars in lane 4, Jenna Helenda. Emily Smith of Hempfield in lane 5. Maria Luciana in lane 6 from Fox Chapel. And Upper St. Clair's Kirsten Benedict in lane 7. 3 seniors, 3 juniors, and 1 freshman in heat 1 of 5. Boys, girls, then boys to follow. And I think they'll probably take a break after that. Give out some medals, and we'll take a break. Let you hear from all of our fine sponsors: Mike Azadian, Sean Myers, Chris Lackner on video. If you're watching, thank you for watching. We appreciate it. Our second year of doing video, and we appreciate your input, and we appreciate everything. And they are moving people from the finish line.
Again, our lead sponsor for this is Sandcastle. And we had the opportunity to talk to some representatives from Sandcastle last year at this event. Getting
ready for the summer season at Sandcastle again. Looking for employees, looking for some quality people.
Hey, it's now March, so we're getting closer and closer.
Hey, ice cream stands are opening. That means the pools are opening?
It was almost 70 degrees a couple days ago.
Tell me about it. Yeah, ice cream stands, pool, sandcastle, everybody's going to open soon enough. And it'll be a fun summer again at Sandcastle. As we wait and they look and they quiet the crowd, they got to quiet the crowd. They give the thumbs up to the announcer, and then they give a thumbs up and they get them ready as at the starters line. The starter just right to the right of us. They blow the whistle, they get them up on the stands, and they get ready to go.
This is the same distance as what we just saw in the relay, down and back 4 times.
50, 50, 50. Am I right about that? No, 200 is 2. Yeah, it's 25 and 25 is 50, right?
Yes.
So 25 up, 25 back. So heat 1 of 5, 7 competitors. A little slow to start things off a little bit here, but in lane 5, it looks like Emily Smith leads, and she does, 26.84 after 50. 200-yard medley relay has been completed. Mount Lebanon has won in girls. North Allegheny has won in boys, our first 2 medals. And we will have the girls and boys freestyle, girls and boys 200-yard individual medley after this. And leading after the halfway points, Emily Smith still leads. And then the girls and boys 50 freestyle, followed by the girls and boys butterfly, and the freestyle relays, boys and girls, to finish out the morning session. So just starting here at Joseph Street Trees Pool, Trib Live High School Sports Network, Mike Kazadian, Sean Myers, Chris Lackner. Glad you can join us here on video. We are in heat 1 of 5 for girls 200-yard freestyle. 3/4 of the way there, and Emily Smith from Hempfield still leads. She's led throughout. She has about a 1.5-second lead over Jenna Helenda. Check that, Maria Luciano, then Jenna Helenda. They're all close. Lane 5, 6, and 4. 1, 2, 3 through 3/4 of the way. Coming down toward the end of the first heat. And it looks like for sure it's going to be Emily Smith winning it. Jenna Helenda second. And third will be Maria Luciano. So Emily Smith, 159.99 in heat 1.
That brings up heat number 2 of 5 for the girls 200 freestyle. In lane number 1, Oakland Catholic's Margaret Smith. In lane 2, a freshman from Hampton, Katie Kress. In lane 3 for North Hills, Isabella Gorel. In lane 4 for West Allegheny, Megan Roach. In lane 5, Carly Shrev of Connellsville. Seneca Valley's Bella Stefanowicz in lane 6. Kara Gettings of Plum in lane 7. And in lane 8, the nearest lane, Jael Dankel of Albert Gallatin. Again, 5 total heats for this girls 200 freestyle. As the girls up on the boards. And we are underway. Remember, for 200 yards, it's down and back 4 times. The middle lanes typically go to the teams with the best seating time. That is a slight advantage over the very near and very far lanes. As it looks as though lane 6 and Stefanowicz might have the early edge, and indeed that is the case. Not a lot of separation, especially early in this, the first or second time down. Yeah. You might see maybe a 1/2 second at most separating some of the top girls.
And that's what it is. It's fractions of seconds. It's close.
And now Stefanowicz in a tight competition with Shrev of Connellsville. Looks like Stefanowicz still has a slight edge. She does. Shrev currently in second, representing the Falcons. And now in the near lane, Dankel of Albert Gallatin looks like she could be making a surge. This is the third lap for these girls of 4 in the 200 freestyle as they make their way back down the pool. Sean Myers, Mike Azadian on the call. Stefanowicz still with a good opportunity, but this time it's Shrev who actually edges her slightly, and in third place, Dankel still in the running as well. She's in lane 8 representing AG. Now down the pool for the final time before they make the turn for heat number 2. Now on their way back, and it looks like it's Shrev who is taking the edge over Stefanowicz. Carly Shrev trying to hang on, making a surge as Dankel in the near lane. Who's a go-to? It goes to Shrev of Connellsville, 1:57.18. She comes in first. Dankel finishes second for Albert Gallatin. Stefanowicz in third. Kress in fourth. Smith comes in fifth. In sixth place, Gettings. Seventh, Roach. And eighth, Gorel to round out heat number 2.
Heat number 3 of 5. Michaela Hinkston, sophomore from North Allegheny in lane 1. Sophia Schlichting, freshman from Upper St. Clair, in lane 2. In lane 3, Gwyneth Hamilton from Laurel Highlands, a junior. In lane 4, Francisca Nemitz, a sophomore from Hempfield. In lane 5, Bridget E. Newcamp, a junior from Oakland Catholic. In lane 6 is Hannah Morelli, a freshman from Mount Lebanon. In lane 7 is Elizabeth Vollmer, a junior from West Allegheny. And in lane 8, Rebecca Gordon, a junior from Trinity Taylor Alderdice High School. They're in the water. It is the girls' 200-yard freestyle. Up and back 4 times, 25, 25, 25 meters length of the pool. They go sideways, side to side. They don't go length. So if you're used to seeing the Olympic pool, which this, I believe, is an Olympic-sized pool, Olympic-sized pool, they would go north-south. This is more east-west, more conducive to 8 lanes than the other way would be. So if you're watching and wondering, wait, I watched the Olympics, Mike, and how come they're not going the other way? Well, they go left-right here. And we are just about to the halfway point here in heat 3. And it looks like in lane 2, it is Sophia Schlichting leading at the halfway point. Schlichting from Upper St. Clair, the freshman. You'll see that sometime in divers and swimmers, very young swimmers. They're very good early on. Swimming is a discipline where you have got to be in shape in your lungs and your legs, and sometimes younger swimmers have an advantage. And Schlichting leads through the 3/4 point. Schlichting still leads by about a second over Hannah Morelli. And the Mount Lebanon folks really urging on Hannah Morelli right in front of us. And we are coming down to the final 25 meters of heat number 3. And in lane 2, Sophia Schlichting is leading, but in lane 5, it's Bridget Newcamp coming close. Lane 7, as well as Elizabeth Vollmer, who comes first. It's Vollmer. No, I'm sorry, it's Morelli in lane 6. Wow. So Schlichting led throughout, but it's Hannah Morelli first, Frances Nemitz second, Bridget Newcamp third. So Schlichting, strong start, although...
Well, there's a mistake here up on the board.
Yeah,
the clock's still
wrong.
Running.
And they say she's 8th, but she finished long ago.
Now, yeah, that's going to have to be...
Something's wrong.
Corrected, because there's no way she finished 18 seconds behind everyone else.
Yeah, so as right now, it shows Morelli first, Nemitz second, Newcamp third. But Schlichting led the whole way and was one of the 3 or 4 at the end. So, in my opinion, she finished 3rd or 4th at worst. But no way 8th, so we'll wait for the timesheet to correct that. But we're going to go to heat 4.
And as we begin heat 4 in lane number 1, North Hills, Sarah Kutschma, a freshman. She's joined by a fellow freshman from Bethel Park in lane 2, Sally Hathaway. In lane 3, it's Abby Green of Mount Lebanon. Next to her, Devin Scott Davis, also of Mount Lebanon in lane 4. South Fayette's Haley Poe in lane 5. Grace Gackenbach of Fox Chapel in lane 6. Moon's Peyton Herman in lane 7. And Laura D'Annunzio of Franklin Regional in lane 8 as they begin heat number 4 out of 5. First time down the pole. Remember, it's down and back 4 times for the 200-yard freestyle. This is our 3rd competition of the day. The first 2 were the 200 medley relay as the first time down. Now Mike, you're gonna have to help me out here. This is number 4, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, they have the final group's names up on the board.
Interesting.
And we're gonna have to see if we can decipher looking at the...
Moon's in lanes.
Yeah, so the names up on the board are incorrect. So,
right.
So we do have the correct information. And it looks as though it's Herman of Moon who had a bit of an edge. Okay, they have it correct now. They got it.
Right.
Yep. So now the 3rd time down for these girls.
Yeah, they got it right.
And it looks as though lane 4 with Devin Scott Davis has a bit of an edge, and she does just in front of lane 1's Kutchma, as now they head down the final time. Keep in mind there's one more heat to go, but a good time here could put some pressure on that final group. Will it be Scott Davis? Will it be Kutchma? Looks like right now Scott Davis has a bit of an edge in lane number 4, representing Mount Lebanon. Will she take first place? She does, as Scott Davis, 1:56.35, finishes first. Kutchma of North Hills in second. Laura D'Annunzio of Franklin Regional in lane 8 comes in 3rd. 4th place goes to Sally Hathaway of Bethel Park. And then it's Green, Poe, Gackenbach, and Herman to round out the top 8.
And we go to heat number 5. Okay, and just setting things up so we can get the final results sheets. And we now are going to the final, heat 5 of 5. Olivia Schaefer of Upper St. Clair in lane 1. Olivia Kissow of North Allegheny in lane 2. Abby Matheny of Upper St. Clair in lane 3. Kristen Mim of North Allegheny in lane 4. Sophia Donati of Mount Lebanon in lane 5. Molly Smyers of North Allegheny in lane 6. Zoe Wilson of Hempfield in lane 7. And Abby Duncan of South Fayette, I believe that is. South Fayette in lane 8. These are our results sheets. We'll read you results as time goes on. We are in the finals of the girls 200-yard freestyle. You hear them take their marks, and they're off. They start up and back 4 times. 200-yard girls freestyle relay.
There's 5 girls that really have significantly better times as far as the seating time. Lanes 2 through 6 is where you're probably looking to get a gold medalist
and
here.
3 from North Allegheny. After the first leg, it is going to be Abby Duncan from South Fayette leading 25.97, but it's close across the board. Actually a tie. Abby Matheny from Upper St. Clair tied with Abby Duncan. Into the 100-meter mark. Let's see who leads after 100 meters, and it looks like it's going to be Upper St. Clair and Abby Matheny, and it is. Abby Matheny, 54.05. She's doing well on, I don't know if she's on record pace. Again, Leah Smith at 145. That's going to be tough to beat. Coming up on 150 meters. Can Matheny hold on? She is still leading, but they are closing the gap on her. There are at least 3 other swimmers close. Donati and Smyers right there with her. Abby Matheny leads. Donati and Smyers tied for second. And it's going to be a race to the end. There are at least 4 girls with a shot at a gold medal here as we come down to the final 200 meters. Matheny has led. She is still in first. Can they catch her? Abby Matheny from Upper St. Clair in first, but will she hold on? It's going to be close, and Abby Matheny from Upper St. Clair, 1:51.38, the gold medal. In second place, Molly Smyers from North Allegheny. Sorry, Sean, to cut you off. In third is Sophia Donati from Mount Lebanon. Another champion is crowned, and Upper St. Clair wins a gold medal.
That's a heck of a performance by Matheny. Again, it was more than 3 seconds better than her seed time, and you typically do see improvements over the seed time, but that was a really nice showing. As we now move to the boys' side for the 200-yard freestyle. 5 heats there as well, and heat number 1 includes just 3 competitors. Brandon Brewster of Fox Chapel in lane 3, Tyler Typo of North Allegheny in lane 4, Jordan Prokopik of Penn Trafford in lane 5. The record in the WPIAL for this competition, Brian Lovasick in 2015, 1:38.89. There was a qualifying time actually just a bit better than that by Jack Wright. He's in the 5th and final heat representing North Allegheny. So another opportunity potentially to see a record fall.
Yeah, and the thing is about NA, we talk about them, the boys and girls. I mean, what a program they have, and it's not, they do have a lot of swimmers, but you still have to qualify, Sean. They got about 150 swimmers, but if only 10 qualify for events, then that's it. Mount Lebanon, Seneca Valley, Fox Chapel, Penn Trafford, everybody here has good programs, Bethel Park, but when you set the qualifying standard, you'll see sometimes 3 or 4 people in each heat, and you're going to get even a point or 2, that piles up, and that's why you see wins of such great distance by them, because they have so many people qualify. They're just a powerhouse, and until someone comes along and beats them, they're the king of the mountain.
As the boys competitors into the pool again, heat 1 of 5 to be contested here. Just 3 competitors, Brewster in the furthest lane, lane 3, Typo in the middle, and Prokopik in the nearest lane, lane number 5. As they're all pretty even right now, maybe a slight edge for Typo, but it's actually Prokopik who comes in about 5/100ths of a second quicker than Typo after the first leg. Down and back, it's 50 yards each time. Now the turn, and the second time back down the pole. And again, they're pretty close. Now it looks as though Typo has maybe a narrow edge, but he's overtaken again by Prokopik. Prokopik maintains that lead. He's halfway done at 52:32. Back down for the 3rd time for the boys. AAA, heat 1 of 5 for the 200-yard freestyle. I'm Sean Myers alongside Mike Azadian here at Trees Pool, University of Pittsburgh in Oakland. It's day 1 of 2 of the 2017-18 WPIAL Boys and Girls Swimming Championships. Prokopik has opened up a more sizable lead now, 3/4 of the way through. He's in at 1:20.49, up by more than a second on his closest competitor. And Prokopik has certainly pulled away representing Penn Trafford as he makes the turn. The other competitor's about 3 seconds behind. So Jordan Prokopik cruises to the best time in heat number 1 of 5. He's in at 1:48.39. Second place goes to Brewster, and third to Typo. That brings up heat number 2.
Heat 2 in the boys 200-yard freestyle. Jacob Gerritsen of Pine Richland in lane 1, Constantine Kalor of Bethel Park in lane 2, Anthony Pariano from Franklin Regional in lane 3. Elias Holm of Franklin Regional lane 4. In lane 5, Alex Grahor of North Allegheny. In lane 6, Avery Filey in Mount Lebanon. And Matthew Belch of Hampton in lane 7.
It is already steaming hot in here.
Oh, very. It's a good thing we wore shorts.
If you're a spectator, you have to dress for the conditions.
It is really warm in here. It's like Miami, Florida. And thankfully, it's not been real cold. How about when you come in here when it's 10 degrees outside and then you come in and your glasses fog up? It's nice and warm inside for the pool at Joseph C. Trees Pool. Trib Live High School Sports Network. Glad you can join us for our video, our second-year video, and we are at the WPIAL Championships AAA. It is the boys 200-yard freestyle, heat 2 of 5, and leading after one leg, it is in lane 4, Elias Holm. Yep, check it, Alex Grahor of North Allegheny leads. We've crowned 3 champions already. The boys and girls 200-yard medley relay and the girls 200-yard freestyle. We will have a boys champion soon, and Grahor leads from North Allegheny 52-45. He's got a 2-second lead over his closest competitor, Anthony Pirano. It looks like so. In heat 2, Alex Grahor is leading and making it look easy. Coming down to the 150-yard mark, and Grahor still leads, but in lane 1, Jacob Garrettson is coming close. He is second, and he's putting on a charge. He is caught up from Pine Richland, but Grahor has led the whole way, hitting the 175-yard mark. Alex Grahor from North Allegheny. 4 sophomores, a junior, a senior, and 1 freshman in this group, and Alex Grahor is leading. He is being overtaken by Jacob Garrettson of Pine Richland. It looks like Garrettson will overtake him, and Garrettson wins the heat. Grahor second, 148.83. Jacob Garrettson, the junior from Pine Richland, wins heat 2 on to heat 3.
And the competitors in the third heat in lane number 1 from Peters Township, Aiden Dowdle. In lane number 2 for Connellsville, Noah Barzek. Caden Smith of Mount Lebanon in lane number 3. Then it's Ben Yant of Penn Trafford in 4. Brendan Neal of Upper St. Clair in 5. Penn Trafford, Zachary Snelling in lane 6. Matthew Bush of Franklin Regional in lane 7. And Mike Holmes of Gateway in lane 8. Again, lane 1, the furthest lane from our camera, being controlled by the extraordinary Chris Lackner.
Extraordinary? Really? Is that the word we want to use? Wow.
He does it all.
He does. He's a man of all kind of disciplines. From Thomas Jefferson area high school. I think they're in double A there.
As the competitors into the pool for heat number 3 of 5. Again, for the 200-yard freestyle, it's down and back 4 times. No one has really pulled away thus far in the early going, although in lane 6, things look promising for Zachary Snelling of Penn Trafford. Snelling in with the quickest time. Mike, how important is it for a race like this to make sure you sort of pace yourself in the early going?
I think it's very important. I mean, if you go out too fast, we've seen it. There's some people in the first couple of heats, they go out too fast. They don't want to finish last, so they want to make a showing. And then their lungs just can't handle it. They get a little too excited, get a little bit too pumped up. You got to slow your heart rate down some here, and you got to know your discipline. You got to know your timing, and that's a very good point. That's especially true when you get to the 500.
Snelling in a good spot. He's about a second and a half up on everyone else. In lane 6, representing Penn Trafford, is now down the pool for the 3rd time. And Snelling has really created separation. He's in at 117.87, 3/4 of the way done, and he has what looks to be about 2 body lengths of a lead. The 2 closest competitors are in the lanes next to him, Neal in 5 and Bush in lane 7. Snelling makes the final turn as he heads back down in heat number 3 of 5. He still has a notable lead. It looks like he will be able to cruise in with the best time in this third heat. It is Zachary Schnelling, 146.02. Second place to Neal, 147.96, followed by Bush at 150.16. Fourth place Smith, 50 Yant, 6 to Holmes. In seventh place it's Dowdle and Barzak in eighth.
Heat 4 of 5. Boys 200-yard freestyle. Alex Lepre from Peters Township in lane 1, the sophomore. Colin J. Hackwelder from Fox Chapel, the junior in lane 2. Andrew P. Klepchak, freshman from Mount Lebanon in lane 3. Taylor Alderdice sends Rowan DeBar and he's a junior in lane 4. Austin Prokopek from Penn Trafford in lane 5, a freshman. Ben Diffendahl from Upper St. Clair, a senior in lane 6. Matthew J. McHugh, a junior from North Allegheny in lane 7. And Nicholas Parolo, a senior from Cannon McMillan in lane 8. Two seniors, 3 juniors, 1 sophomore, 2 freshmen in this heat. Heat 4 of 5, boys, 200-yard freestyle. They are on the marks. And go.
I like that they have the middle initials for some. Sean D. Myers on the call here.
Sean D. Myers, Michael A. Azadian, Christopher J. Lackner. How about that? You don't get this kind of coverage just anywhere. Only from the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Through 50 meters, looks like leading in lane 8 is going to be Nicholas Parolo, 23.61 over Rowan DeBoer from Taylor Aldice, who comes in at 24.31. At the 75-yard mark, they hit the wall. They come back to the 100-yard mark, and let's see if Parolo still holds the lead. He will not. It's going to be close, but it looks like it's DeBoer, and Ryan DeBoer at 50.56 is in the lead after 100 meters. Heat 4 of 5. Boys, 200-yard freestyle. They hit the 125-yard mark. And they are now approaching the 150 mark. DeBoer looks like he still leads. He does. In second, it's going to be Ben Diffendahl. Very close. And third is Parolo. So Parolo led early to the 175 mark, and then into the final 25. Can DeBoer hold on? DeBoer leads, but closing in is Diffendahl, and Diffendahl's going to take him over from Upper St. Clair. Ben Diffendahl will be first, DeBoer second, Prokopek third, McHugh fourth, fifth was Parolo, who led early, and that's to Sean's point from before. Sixth is Klepchik, seventh is Hackwelder, and eighth is Lepre. Parolo came out strong for the first 7,500. He ended up finishing fifth.
And the time to remember out of that heat, Diffendahl's 145.18. You figure that probably will not stand for this final heat. In lane number 1, Brandon Novak of Upper St. Clair. In lane 2, Alex Deemer of Butler. Stefan Hopta of Peters Township in lane 3. Jack Wright of North Allegheny in lane 4. He has an opportunity maybe to take gold. Adam Wisner of Central Catholic in lane 5. Neil Wibble of North Hills in lane 6. Josh Galecki of North Allegheny in lane 7. Joshua Madzi of Kiski area in lane 8. This likely to crown a gold medalist, heat number 5 for the boys 200 freestyle. They are underway. Again, the seating time was dominated by Jack Wright. He finished at 138.27. No one else was below 144. Wright competing in lane number 4. And it looks as though he has the edge thus far, a fourth of the way through. 50 yards down, it is right in at 22.56. The only time sub 23. And now Wright trying to extend that lead on the second leg of this 200-yard freestyle. We've crowned 3 champions so far, a boys and girls team for the 200 Medley Relay, as well as the girls 200-yard freestyle. Now we're looking for the boys, and Wright has opened up about a second edge. Adam Wisner of Central Catholic, the second-place competitor. Wright halfway through at just over 47 seconds. He looks like he could be pulling away here, although hanging around next to him, the closer lane is Wisner in lane 5 for Central Catholic. 1:12.80 the time, 3/4 of the way done for Wright. Wisner looks to be the only real threat to catch him. As Wright turns for the final time and comes down the lane one more time. Jack Wright has about a body length lead as he comes in and captures gold, 137.82, and that sets the all-time record. So Jack Wright, 137.82, the gold medalist and a record setter. In second place, Adam Wisner. Third goes to Stefan Hopta. Fourth place, Alex Deemer. Fifth place, Neil Wibble. Sixth place, Josh Galecki. In seventh, it's Joshua Madzi. And in eighth, Brandon Novak. What a performance there by Jack Wright.
Yeah, and that's a WPIAL record. As you said, he came in seated at 138.27. When you see that, he was seated lower than Brian Labassik's 2015 WPIAL record, and he ended up beating it 137.82. He finishes first, and he sets a new WPIAL record just over under a second. And I believe they are going to give some awards, so we'll take a break, right?
We absolutely will. So we've crowned 4 gold medalists. We'll have some more coming up, but first we're going to take a quick break. You're watching the 2018 WPIAL Swimming Championships. It's sponsored by Sandcastle. It's here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
The team at UPMC Sports Medicine doesn't just rebuild wrists and knees. They build better athletes. Athletes at every level who want to get stronger and faster and prevent injuries. Fact is, no other sports medicine program in the region is more experienced when it comes to treating, training, and inspiring athletes. UPMC, the official healthcare provider of the Penguins, Steelers, and you. Find out more at upmcsportsmedicine.com.
People ask what drives me. It's the respect I have for my opponents, the trust I have in my teammates, a coach who treats me with dignity, and a university that has faith in me on and off the field. That's what keeps me focused, why I practice harder, play my heart out. I play to win. I play for Carlo. Tell us your story using #WhatDriveYou.
Carlo University is a proud sponsor of the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
380 Discount Warehouse in Murraysville carries a full line of brand new furniture at discount pricing. 380 Discount Warehouse carries Ashley, Liberty, Vaughn Bassett, and Best Home Furniture, and many more. You can special order your furniture at discount pricing. While you're there, shop the many other departments, including tools, automotive, food, pet and wildlife, household goods and cleaning supplies, lawn and garden, and seasonal holiday decor. Visit them on the web at shop380.com or on the road at Route 380 in Murraysville. Open Tuesday through Sunday, 9 to 5. Shop 380 Discount Warehouse and save big.
Check out the new Trib Live High School Sports Network on social media this season for breaking news, scores, pictures, videos, links to our articles, and more. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram under the handle Trib Live HSSN. Get in the conversation on Facebook at facebook.com/TribLiveHSSN. And on our YouTube channel, you can find thousands of interviews with local student athletes and coaches, plus highlights and full games. The spot for Western Pennsylvania high school sports on social media this season is the new Trib Live High School Sports Network.
For a weekly in-depth look at boys and girls high school basketball in the district, log on to the WPIAL Round Ball Report every Wednesday at 6 p.m. here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Join experts Chris Harlan, Sean Myers, and James Dotson for coaches' interviews and the latest hoops news around the WPIAL. Oh, and Don Rebel is back on the show as well. That's the WPIAL Round Ball Report, Wednesday at 6 p.m. here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. While the weather outside may be frightful, the winter high school sports is delightful. That's here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Log on to the Trib, hssn.triblive.com for weekly audio and video coverage of boys and girls high school basketball, WPIAL wrestling, and PIHL high school hockey. The warmth and the glow of the winter sports season may be heard daily on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
The medals being handed out on the platform above us to our right. We've completed 4 races, and we'll recap the results momentarily. But first, we want to let you know that if you're a working professional ready to move up in your career, Seton Hill University has a program just for you. Seton Hill's adult degree program offers flexible undergraduate degree courses in areas like accounting, criminal justice, business, and human services. The adult degree program has 5 start dates a year and offers convenient course times, financial aid, a 96% placement rate, and career services for life. Register for our next info session and learn more at setonhill.edu/ADP. Seton Hill University, this way up. Chris Lackner has the camera on the medalists so far through the first competitions. The first 4 are complete.
Yeah, and you know what? We'll get that in a second, but just to let you know, WPL AAA swimming history, North Allegheny has won in boys the last 6 championships and 9 of the last 10. And when they didn't win it in 2011, they finished second. It doesn't give us back further than 2008, but I know they have won numerous before that. In girls, they have won the last 9 straight. And when they didn't win in 2008, they were the runner-up then as well. Runners-up during this time, very good teams. Upper St. Clair has been runner-up 5 times, Mount Lebanon 3 times in boys, Peters Township last year. And in girls, the runner-up Mount Lebanon the last 2 years, 3 of the last 4. Bethel Park back in 2009, Oakland Catholic 2011, 12, and 13. Greater Latrobe in 2010. So North Allegheny at the top of the list. As they give awards out, we can take turns and read some results. I believe one of these has to go to a gentleman beside us. So pass that along. These are going to be our 4 here.
I think they were giving us each our own for.
I don't think so. Girls 200-yard individual medley relay. Oh, wait a minute. You might be right. 2,000 freestyle. Boys 2 mid relay. Boys, yeah, you're right.
As you can see, it's the girls 200 medley relay. And they really jam the competitors up there on the platform for the team aspects. Have probably, 40 girls up there.
Our first event was the girls 200-yard medley relay, and the winner was Mount Lebanon High School. Hannah Morelli, Maddie Dorish, Trinity Ward, Libby McDyer, your gold medalist. And the girls finishing second, North Allegheny, Tori Berger and Juneau, Lila McGrath and Mary Flavin. Moon area finishes third, Indy Patterson, Leah Baker, Abby Beatty, Emma Connors, and the rest of the top 10, Fox Chapel, Seneca Valley, Upper St. Clair, Plum, North Hills, Butler, and Peters Township. The girls 200-yard medley relay.
I'll do the boys 200-yard medley relay. The winner, North Allegheny, as the Tigers team comprised of Andrew Zhang, Jerry Chen, Mason Gonzalez, and Joel Songer finished with a time of 1:30.97. Upper St. Clair in second, Jack Fitzpatrick, Josh Matheny, Reese Samuel, and David Frowen. Third place goes to Peters Township. By the way, Upper St. Clair's time 1:32.90. The Indians in third place 1:35.94. Stefan Hopta, Bert Wang, Paul Lanuski, and Ryan Rose. Rounding out the top 10, Seneca Valley, Cannon McMillan, Hempfield area, Central Catholic, Moon, Penn Trafford, and Kiski.
And event 3, the girls 200-yard freestyle. Those will be your copies.
You already have the event 2?
Yeah, right here.
All right, we got an extra one of that.
So we got extra.
We'll give it to Chris.
Yeah, we'll give it to Chris. Well, maybe we let Chris read. We'll see. I mean, reading is fundamental for Chris. But anyway, girls 200-yard freestyle. Abby Matheny wins the gold medal from Upper St. Clair at 1:54.54. Molly Smyers finishes second from North Allegheny. Sophia Donati from Mount Lebanon third. Christine Mim fourth from North Allegheny. Zoe Wilson fifth from Hempfield. Olivia Schaefer sixth from Upper St. Clair. Olivia Casal from North Allegheny, 7th. Abby Duncan, 8th from South Fayette. Devin Scott Davis, 9th from Mount Lebanon. And Carly Shreve from Connellsville, 10th in the girls' 200-yard freestyle, event 3.
And that moves us to the results of event number 4, the boys' 200-yard freestyle. The winner, we're just getting bombarded with some of these
just hand them to Chris.
Papers here.
Chris gets anything extra.
The winner and record setter, Jack Wright of North Allegheny, 137.82, as the Tigers junior captures gold. Adam Wisner of Central Catholic in second at 140.26. Stefan Hopta of Peters Township in third, 141.72. Rounding out the top 10, Alex Deemer of Butler, Neil Wibble of North Hills, Josh Galecki of North Allegheny, Joshua Madzi of Kiski area, Brandon Novak of Upper St. Clair, Ben Diffendahl of Upper St. Clair, and Rowan DeBoer of Taylor Alderdice.
You know, looking back, Sean, to the boys' 200-yard medley relay, the WPIAL record was 130.32 set by Upper St. Clair in 2015. North Allegheny just missed it at 130.97. So it was our first chance to set a WPIAL record. They did not. No records in the girls' 200. The girls' 200 freestyle, no record either. They didn't even come close. Wait a minute. Yeah, they didn't come close in that. And then in the boys' 200, yeah, they missed it as well. Although, wait a minute. Yeah, they did. Jack Wright got it. So one WPIAL record so far today out of 4 events. And usually now, from my experience, you see 3 or 4 each day. It depends on how the quality of swimmers are. But 3 or 4 each day isn't bad. There have been a lot of really, really good swimmers graduate in the past 3 or 4 years. We've had some swimmers who have won multiple WPIALs multiple years in a row graduate. Miller Petrak from Elwood City, among others. But there's still a lot of good up-and-coming swimmers. So we yet don't know if we'll have more than a few records. But one so far today in impressive fashion is our next event is going to be, the next events will let you know what they're going to be. The girls' 200-yard individual medley, followed by the boys. Then the girls' 50 freestyle, which is a fun event. Up and back, man. It's all speed all the time. The girls and boys 50. Then the girls and boys butterfly. And then the girls and boys 200-yard freestyle relay to end day 1. Of course, they take day 1, AAA, and then we'll come back for AA. And then tomorrow, Steve Nagler and Sean Saputo will have the finals. And the finals, this is exciting. You win a lot of individual stuff, but the team stuff, especially coming down to the end, as they'll give team points. And let's see, after 4 events, we can also tell you who is leading in boys and girls after the team event, after these 4 events. North Allegheny leads after 2 men's events. North Allegheny 73 points, Upper St. Clair 58, Peters Township 3rd with 48, Pittsburgh Central Catholic 4th with 41. So NA, Sean, already in men's out to a decent lead over Upper St. Clair. You've got the girls.
Yeah, North Allegheny, no surprise, in first for the ladies. 78 points, Mount Lebanon in second with 67, Upper St. Clair 59, and then a big drop-off Moon in fourth at 32. Fox Chapel, Seneca Valley, North Hills, Plum, Butler, South Fayette round out the top 10 as the boys 200 freestyle now being honored up on the podium.
You know what, and again, it's, you know, people have asked me over the years, hey, how come North Allegheny's so good? How come? Well, you know what, they've got a great swimming program from the kids on up, and they are consistently, they get the seeding times. If you can beat the seeding times, you qualify for the WPIAL. If it's 10 swimmers, and you'll see by the results, like say, in the girls 200-yard medley relay, if you finish 28th, you get points all the way to 16. So 2 points. So even if you finish 5th or 6th, you get 26 points. You get points all the way through, and you just pile up the points. And that's what happens with North Allegheny. You have so many people qualify, and it is why they are such powerhouses. We'll see if anybody can dethrone them this year. I don't know if it can be, For the girls' 200-yard individual medley, the WPIAL record 2:01.78 set by Laura Gettler in 2017, just last year. In lane 1 is Candace Chalice from Bethel Park, a senior. In lane 2, a junior from Hampton is Leah C. Apple. And in lane 3, Carly Frizzell from Peters Township, a sophomore. As we get ready to go, medal winners have been announced, and we get ready for the 200-yard individual medley. So individually they will go. And they start. And it is the butterfly to start. And through 25 meters, and it looks like it's going to be Leah Apple will be first. As they turn, and it is the backstroke. So it's a little bit different than the team relay. So breaststroke, backstroke, I believe butterfly, then freestyle. A little bit slower pace here, Sean, and the individual, when you go 4 disciplines, up and back, it just
you're looking at maybe 2:05 for being a pretty solid time.
Exactly, and it just takes a little bit more out of you. It takes a lot more to do the individual. And in lane 5, it's Frizzell leading halfway through. She goes from backstroke to breaststroke. I'm sorry, that's butterfly. Boy, I get confused. That is the butterfly, right?
Yes.
Yes. So it's backstroke, butterfly.
It
backstroke,
butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke, freestyle.
Back, butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke, and freestyle. Coming down to the last 25 meters of the breaststroke. Breaststroke, usually the slowest. You're underwater quite a bit, up, back, and in lane number 4 is Apple, who leads again. She led after 50. She leads after 150, and now we go to the freestyle. And Apple in heat 1 of 5, and she hits the 175 mark, coming down to the 175, and now to the final 25 meters, and it's going to be tight, but it looks like Leah C. Apple from Hampton is going to hold on in heat 1. Candace Chalice from Bethel Park 2, and Carly Frizzell, who led after 2 disciplines, she finishes 3rd.
So that brings about heat number 2 of 5-7 competitors in this heat. Evelyn Siller of Franklin Regional in lane 1. Rosie O of Hampton in lane 2. Courtney Kasanovic of Norwin in lane 3. Lily Archer of Moon in lane 4. Edie Sawyer of Seneca Valley in lane 5. Jade Miller of Trinity in lane 6. And Elizabeth Smeltzer of Norwin competing in lane 7. Lane 8 unoccupied in this second heat. 5 total heats for the girls' 200 individual medley. There's the competitors up on the board. And now into the pool. Looks as though the early edge goes to Jade Miller of Trinity. As they hit the wall at the 25-yard mark. Back down, first stroke, the butterfly. And now lanes 3 and 4 have some separation. Kasanovic in 3, Archer in 4. They're the first 2 in, with Kasanovic pacing the way. 1/4 of the way. Now the backstroke. They get to the wall for the turn. Looks like it's now Archer who has the edge. Lily Archer representing Moon. She's first to the halfway point. in with a time of 102.67. She has quite a bit of a margin lead over her nearest competitor, Jade Miller. Now the breaststroke. And the turn for Lily Archer. But now making a move is Sawyer in lane 5. And Sawyer has now taken the edge. The breaststroke really was a turning point for the Seneca Valley freshman, and she's in with the best time, and now for the freestyle has an opportunity to close this one out. Down to the wall as she makes the turn for the final 25 yards. Will it be Sawyer? Archer still right there. Sawyer has a bit of an edge, about a half a length as she closes in, and it is Edie Sawyer, 2:15.90, the top time representing Seneca Valley, and she did a good job really in that third stroke, the breaststroke, to pull away.
And we go to heat 3 of 5. In heat 3 of 5, it'll be Emma Lintelman of Penn Hills High School. In lane 1, Brooke Christian of Bethel Park in lane 2, Riley Fry of Pine Richland in lane 3, Cecilia Costello of Oakland Catholic in lane 4, Delaney S. White in lane 5 from Plum, Abigail Flood of Pine Richland in lane 6, Lauren Connors of Upper St. Clair in lane 7, Jenna Roscoe of Laurel Highlands in lane 8. Butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke, freestyle. The girls' 200-yard individual medley. And quiet, the starter goes. You hear the starter say, take your mark, and they're off. WPIAL, PIAA officials all in front of us, and the PIAA basically, they get everybody quiet. When it's quiet, the starter lets them go, and that's how the swimmers know to get ready. Through 25 meters. Now coming upon the 50-meter mark, it looks like in lane 5 is Delaney White. White leads at 27.73 after the butterfly. Now the backstroke. 25 meters up and back. 25, so 50 meters each discipline. And we will have 5 heats of this. We'll get another champion. 4 champions have been crowned already in day 1 of the WPIAL Swimming Finals. And now in lane 8, Jane 7 is Lauren Connors leads at 1 minute 10 seconds. Connors from Upper St. Clair leads after the backstroke. Now into the butterfly. It slows down a little bit. Butterfly the slowest. And let's see if Lauren Connors leads after 3 disciplines, and I believe she is. Connors leads.
She's got quite a margin right now.
Big lead, 139.31. Her second closest is 3 seconds past Delaney White as they get to the freestyle. So Lauren Connors leads. And we get into the final 50. Let's see if she can come away a winner. Connors from Upper St. Clair, and she wins it easily this heat. She's going to win by a couple of seconds. 2:11.20. Connors leads. And finishing second is going to be Cecilia Costello with 2:15.25.
That moves us to heat number 4 of 5. Libby McDyer of Mount Lebanon in lane number 1. Jocelyn Fillo of Fox Chapel in lane number 2. Lane 3, Kendall Craig of Seneca Valley. In lane 4, Maria Roscoe of Laurel Highlands, West Allegheny's Emma Pentrack in lane 5, Alyssa Schoenbackler of Pine Richland in lane 6, Quinn Frost of North Allegheny in lane 7, Emily Morrissey of McKeesport in lane 8. Again, lane 8 the closest to the camera, lane 1 the furthest. This is heat 4 of 5. As the girls up on the board. Down and back 4 times for the 200-yard IM. The butterfly to begin. Right now it might be lane 6 and Schoenbackler who has the edge. And now it looks like potentially lane 3 with Kendall Craig in the lead. It is indeed Kendall Craig who comes in first, a fourth of the way through the individual medley. Now the backstroke. Heat 4 of 5 for the girls 200. Not much separation right now between Craig and Roscoe. And it's actually Schoenbackler who comes in with the best time thus far. 1 minute, 83 seconds halfway through. Now the breaststroke. It appears as though this one might be with Roscoe. She has a little bit of separation in lane 1. McDyer trying to make a surge as well. So Roscoe at 1:39.56, the leader 3/4 of the way, and now the freestyle to close it out. Laurel Highlands freshman trying to set the pace here. And she's into the turn. She's created some separation now, about a half body length. In lane number 1, McDyer trying to make a surge, but Roscoe has pulled away as she closes in. And she has the best time in heat number 4, 2:09.83. Second place goes to Craig, third to McDyer, fourth to Schoenbackler, fifth place Pentrack in 6th, Morrissey, Frost in 7th, and in 8th, Philo.
We go to heat number 5, which will be the final heat of the girls. 200-yard individual medley. Corinna R. Pazik from Penn Trafford in lane 1. Devin R. Taylor in lane 2 from Plum. Lilla McGrath in lane 3 from North Allegheny. Tori Berger from North Allegheny in lane 4. Laura Gettler in lane 5 from Butler. Abigail C. Ramey in lane 6 from Franklin Regional. Lane 7 sees Leah H. Baker from Moon. And in lane 8, Megan Smith from Mars. Again, WPIAL record 145.81 by Leah. Well, wait a minute. That's wrong. Laura Gettler. And Gettler will try to beat her record from last year, 201.78. She seeds in at 206.99. They're in the water. Butterfly first. Through 25 meters. Hard to tell a leader, but it looks like it could be Gettler. And I think it is Gettler. Gettler with just a slight lead after the first 50. And the times aren't on the board, so I'm not sure. I cannot say for positive, but I think it's Gettler. As we don't have results. Hey, there's results. They've got them up there. They got the names up there, but not results. Gettler leads now into the backstroke. Into 25 meters of the backstroke. Now to the second 25 meters of the backstroke. It looks like it is Laura B. Gettler from Butler. She leads slightly over Tori Berger from North Allegheny, but just about a half a body length. Laura Gettler is going to lead halfway through as they get now into the breaststroke. No times up on the board, so bear with us. But I am positive it is Gettler that has led through the halfway point. 25 meters into the breaststroke. Coming down to the final 25 of the breast. Gettler now leads still about a half a body length over Berger. Gettler first, Berger second. Third looks to be Abigail Ramey from Franklin Regional. They get to the freestyle. And Berger catch up. It's sophomore and sophomore here. Sophomore from Butler, who holds the record set last year. Will she beat her record from last year? Can she hold on? It looks like she's going to hold on. It's Laura Gettler from Butler. About a body length lead over Tori Berger. Can she beat her record from last year? It is Laura Gettler will finish first. Tori Berger second, and they do not have results on the board, so I do not know for sure the time, and I do not know if she sets or beats her WPIAL record from last year. So forgive me, but it is a gold medal by Laura Gettler, Sean, and it was Berger second, and I'm not sure who was third.
Yeah, we're going to have to, I don't know what the malfunction is. Not only does that leave us in the dark, but the
fans,
literally probably 1,000 of fans or more that are here. So I don't know if they're going to jump right into the boys 200-yard at this point, or if they're going to.
What's it say on that schedule you have?
Well, I'm saying as far as getting the times up before they move on.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. That's kind of crazy. When we get the results, we will let you know if Laura Gettler beat her record from last year. The boys 200 coming up, and I'll have the beginning of that one. Joey Astrab, a senior from Norwin in lane 1. Will Wang, a sophomore from Fox Chapel in lane 2. Justin R. Manholen, a freshman from Peters Township in lane 3. In lane 4 is Fong Q Tran, a sophomore from Norwin. Hempfield sends a junior, Nolan Steely in lane 5. Jacob R. Bailey from Franklin Regional, a sophomore in lane 6. Jonathan Kelly, a junior from Pine Richland in lane 7. And a senior, Aman Kazi, a senior from Pine Richland in lane 8. And again, we had a clock malfunction. And so we do not have the official result. We will get it soon enough of the girls' 200-yard individual medley. And the whistle blows. And boys 200-yard individual medley, it starts. Here we go. And in the water are the 8 participants who we just named. Boys 200-yard individual medley. And we'll get the results from the girls, and we'll let you know if Laura Gettler beat her record from last year, WPIAL record set last year. She seeded higher than her record. But a lot of times the seed times are different. And boys through 1. Butterfly backstroke leading. It is Nolan Steely of Hempfield leads. They got the times right again. So Steely of Hempfield leads after the butterfly. Now they are into the backstroke. 25 meters of backstroke. Now to the second 25. And in lane 3, Justin R. Manholen from Peters Township, the freshman, leads after 2. Halfway through now, and we go to the breaststroke. Breaststroke, Peters Township's Manholen leads, but closing in is Nolan Steely, who led after the first discipline. 25 meters into the breaststroke, into the second 25. At the 150 mark, they approach. And Mulholland is leading, but Steele catching up. Steele may catch him, but Mulholland, Steele looks. I think it might be Steele. Let's see. Nope, it's Mulholland barely over Steele, 134.87, 135.11 after 150. They go to the freestyle, and they go to the first 25. It's up and back, and we will have a winner in heat 1. Mulholland led through the first 3 disciplines. Will he hold on? His only challenger seems to be Nolan Steele from Hempfield, and it looks like it's going to be Manholen holding on for Heat 1. Justin Mulholland first, Nolan Steele is second, and in third, in lane 7, Jonathan Kelly.
And that brings up Heat number 2 of 4 here for the boys' 200-yard IM. In lane number 1, the furthest lane from our camera, Gabe Tallow of Mount Lebanon High School. He's joined in lane number 2 by Zach Tomasic of Moon, Jonathan Simos of Seneca Valley in lane 3, Brett Schreiber of Hampton in lane 4, Gavin Newcamp in lane 5 representing Central Catholic, Christian Sawyer of Seneca Valley in 6, Mitchell Gumbert of West Allegheny in lane 7, and Penn Trafford's Nick Graziano representing the Warriors in lane 8. This is Heat 2 of 4 on the boys' side. Event number 6 of this morning here at the University of Pittsburgh's Trees Pool. Now there's a bit of a delay. Again, sometimes you do have those malfunctions. Of course, they have certainly a backup plan in place, Mike, and we can see just to our right, they actually have 2 cameras as well.
Yes.
On the finish line above water and then the underwater camera.
We appreciate the input from our listeners. Thank you very much. And myself and Sean will inadvertently, I know it was me, meters. It's yards, not meters. I apologize. Well, it does make a huge difference, and thank you for listeners letting us know. Thank you for listening.
Again, this is the second year we're doing the video broadcast, courtesy of Chris Lackner manning the camera. It's been certainly a big improvement for our coverage of the swimming championships here in the 2018 version. Heat number 2 for the boys' 200-yard IM underway. The first, the butterfly stroke. As they are down with the first 25 yards making the turn. Now on the way back, it looks as though lane number 4's Brett Schreiber of Hampton may be an early edge, and lane number 8, Nick Graziano, with a good showing as well. It is Graziano by 3/100ths of a second. By the way, we do have the final time for Gottler, Mike. It's 2:02:49 as she claimed gold.
Does not set a WPIAL record. That didn't beat her record from last year. She set as a freshman.
The second stroke, the backstroke now in effect as the competitors make their way down the lanes for the second time. Schreiber has the edge now, representing Hampton. In second place, it's Simos, and in third, Newcamp. Schreiber trying to maintain or extend that lead with the breaststroke. In lane 5, making a surge, Gavin Newcamp. Schreiber, the first one to the wall for the turn. Heat 2 of 4 here at Trees Pool. This is the first day of 2 days of competition. This is the AAA classification. Schreiber still with the edge, although that margin has been diminished. And now he turns for the final stroke, the freestyle. Can Schreiber hang on and set the pace here in heat number 2? Brett Schreiber of Hampton. He's competing in lane number 4. As they make the turn, Schreiber has increased that lead now. It looks like he will take this second heat. Good separation for Brett Schreiber. 2 minutes, 16 seconds. His time. That's a pretty solid time for Schreiber in second place. Gumbert in third place. Sawyer fourth. It's Newcamp fifth. Simos in sixth. It's Tao, 7, Tomasic, and 8th, Graziano, to round out heat number 2.
And now heat number 3 of the boys' 200-yard individual medley. Todd Wilson of Hempfield, a junior in lane 1. Brendan Brzezowski, a junior from Kiski in lane 2. David J. Bocci, a freshman from Butler in lane 3. Patrick R. Kavanaugh, a junior from Franklin Regional High School in lane 4. David Frowen, a senior from Upper St. Clair High School in lane 5. Matthew Kuhn, a senior from North Allegheny High School in lane 6. Burt Wang, a junior from Peters Township High School in lane 7, and Generino Conzimius in lane 8. He is a junior.
Central Catholic representative.
For Central Catholic. Where did I do with my list of team names, my friend? I know they're in here somewhere. Here they are. Well, that's not it. As we get ready for, there it is. That's got to be the handy list right there. Thank you to the WPIAL, by the way, for all their help. Giving us results, giving us all the sheets, and they do a tremendous job. We thank them and the PIAA officials for helping us. And through the beginning of the butterfly, and that's the first 50, Peter Kavanaugh, 25:01 leads it. Kavanaugh from Franklin Regional. They are into the backstroke. Butterfly backstroke, breaststroke, freestyle. 25 meters. I'm sorry, I said it again. 25 yards. I apologize. Yards of the backstroke. Now to the 50-yard mark, and leading is going to be David Bocci from Butler. 54:37 into the breaststroke. So Bocci from Butler, the freshman, leads. "25 yards. They hit that mark. That's the 125. They hit the 150-yard mark, approaching. And in lane 3 is Bocci, I believe. Yep, Peter Kavanaugh leads. Bocci's now 4th. Kavanaugh, 128.87. He leads. And they go to the freestyle, the last 50 meters. They hit the 25-yard mark of the freestyle, down to the last 200 meters, and it is Kavanaugh leads. And Kavanaugh will win the heat. Peter Kavanaugh from Franklin Regional first, David Frowen from Upper St. Clair second, Matthew Kuhn from North Allegheny third in heat 3 of 4.
And by the way, one of the competitors, Todd Wilson, was not actually in the pool there in lane 1, so there was only 7 in that heat. And now we move to the final heat, 4 of 4, as Ethan Song, representing North Allegheny, will be in lane 1. Nick Mundry of Upper St. Clair in 2. Jack Fitzpatrick, also of Upper St. Clair, in lane 3. North Allegheny's Rick Mim, the pace setter, in lane 4. Josh Matheny in 5, representing Upper St. Clair. North Allegheny's John Ealing in lane 6. John Gullinger of Central Catholic in 7, and Nick Sedembrime of Moon in lane 8.
And, you know, Sean, you're starting to see some familiar names again. Mim we've seen before. So some of these swimmers, more than one discipline, you're going to see their best swimmers will swim in multiple events.
The final heat for the boys' 200-yard individual medley is underway, as we look to crown another champion in this 6th event of the morning here at Trees Pool, closing in on the afternoon. Butterfly stroke right now being utilized, and it looks as though Mim has created some early separation. Again, he is in lane 4, the heavy favorite. Mim the first in at 23:13. Good job by Gullinger of Central Catholic, 23:71, not far behind. The record for this event on the boys' side in Class AAA, 1:49.13, sent back in 2014. Zachary Berger, the record holder, as Mim looking to hold that lead in lane 4 through the backstroke, and he does maintain it, although Fitzpatrick certainly within striking distance in lane 3. Now to the breaststroke. As Mim the first to the wall, and he makes the turn to come back. Less than 75 yards remaining now in this race. The boys' 200-yard IM. Mim about a half body length of separation, 3/4 of the way done. He's at 1:23.37. Fitzpatrick second, Matheny in third, And now the freestyle. Mim with an opportunity to close it out and claim gold. He's created quite a bit of separation now. In lane 4, representing the Tigers, the North Allegheny sophomore makes the turn. Doesn't look like anyone's going to be able to catch him. The closest competitor, Fitzpatrick, but Mim cruises to a gold medal. His time 1:49.46. That's just off the record. So 1:49.46 for Mim to take first. Second place goes to Fitzpatrick. Third to Matheny. And fourth, it's Gallinger. Fifth place goes to Munry. Song in sixth. Ealing in seventh. And Sedham Bryan rounds out the top 8 representing the Moon Tigers. Now, North Allegheny, we knew that the Tigers would be well represented on the medal stand, and they add another gold to the collection already here, Mike.
Yeah, and they're all on their way right now. And quickly, as we get to the freestyle, the NA girls now the lead 112-72 over Mount Lebanon, and the boys after 4 events led 73-58, and I think they're still nicely ahead. We get into the girls 50-yard freestyle relay, heat 1 of 5, and this will be quick. Haley C. Miller in lane 1 from North Allegheny, Eva N. Lagarde from West Allegheny in lane 3, Chloe Salopek from North Hills in lane 4, Caitlin Kakamo from Seneca Valley in lane 5, Alvia, Meaner in lane 6 from Seneca Valley. Up and back. And that's it. The 50-yard, probably one of the most exciting events.
It's all about speed. You don't have to pace yourself in this race.
50-yard freestyle, exactly. You go as fast as you can for as long as you can, hope to win a medal. And this is 5 heats, and they're off. Looks like in lane 6, Meaner with the best start. Will she hit the wall first? This is close. Meaner, I think, hits the wall first, but they don't tell us. We're going to just get the winner. Coming now, the last 25. Right in front of us. Boy, it's going to be close between Miller and Meaner. Olivia Meaner from Seneca Valley first. Haley Miller second. Chloe Salopek third.
You're looking at potentially a time of 24 seconds flat, maybe, to contend for the title here as we move on to heat number 2 of 5. Full 8 competitors for this heat. In lane number 1 of Norwin, it's Christy Jowert of Norwin. In lane number 2, Jordan Kutschak. In lane 3, Savannah Plaskon of Gateway. Hannah Murrow of Penn Trafford in 4, Elizabeth Vollmer of West Allegheny in 5, Meredith Reese of Mount Lebanon in lane 6, Taylor Dahl of Hempfield in lane 7, and Vivian Shao of Fox Chapel in lane 8, the nearest lane. 50 yards down and back for these girls, heat 2 of 5. And they are underway. The last to come up from the water was Meredith Reese. We'll see if that gives her the edge. As they make the turn and back down. So far, no one clearly with separation, but in lane 4 now, Hannah Murrow maybe with the best opportunity, and it is Murrow of Penn Trafford, 24:34 her time.
We'll read some results after, but this note just in. Men's team rankings, Upper St. Clair is catching up. In men's rankings, North Allegheny first at 125, and the team standings, Upper St. Clair now at 114 second. As we go to heat number 3, it's going to be Madison Cordial. North Hills in lane 1, Caroline Stamper from Mars in lane 2, Rachel Sitch from Penn Trafford in lane 3, Devin Milley from Penn Peters Township in lane 4, Eleanor K. Connor from Upper St. Clair in lane 5, Nicole Marnell from North Allegheny in lane 6, Molly B. Weiss from Fox Chapel in lane 7, and Olivia Kraus from North Allegheny in lane 8. The girls 50-yard freestyle, heat 3 of 5. Starter says go, and they're off. As they hit the wall at 25, it is a mishmash. Numerous people cannot tell from here who hit first. They come down to the final 25 yards, and it looks like it's going to be in lane 5, Eleanor Connor. Yes, Eleanor Connor first, Olivia Krause second, Rachel Schitch third in heat 3.
That means 2 heats remain. We move on to heat number 4. And the lineup is as follows. In lane number 1, the far lane, Maddie Becker of Bethel Park. She's joined by Lily Wang of Franklin Regional in lane 2. Bailey Horvath, also Franklin Regional in lane 3. Jennifer DeVito and Moon in lane 4. Rachel Roscoe of Laurel Highlands in lane 5. Sydney Davidson of North Hills competing in lane 6. Abby Rutkowski of Upper St. Clair in 7. Rachel Raber of Peters Township in the nearest lane, lane number 8. Again, this is heat number 4 out of 5 for the girls' 50-yard freestyle. Here's the girls up on the board. Down and back one time. 24 seconds or so is the likely time it's going to take to capture gold as they're in the water. And it looks like in lane number 6, a good start for Sydney Davidson as they make the turn at the wall. Davidson perhaps in the lead. This one looks to be awfully close. Now in lane 2, Lily Wang might have some room. Davidson, Wang, who's it going to be? Sydney Davidson, 24.78 comes in first. Maddie Becker in lane number 1 of Bethel Park in second. In third, Abby Rutkowski. Fourth goes to Roscoe. Fifth, it is Wang. Sixth, Horvath. Seventh, DeVito. And eighth, Raber to round out that heat.
Heat 5 of 5. We should get a gold medalist from this. Maddie E. Dorish from Mount Lebanon in lane 1. Michelle L. Lopes from Franklin Regional lane 2. Taylor Connors from Upper St. Clair in lane 3. Olivia M. Livingston from Gateway in lane 4. Ellie A. Tiskus from Oakland Catholic in lane 5. Riley E. Jackson from Greater Latrobe in lane 6. Mary Flavin from North Allegheny in lane 7. Maddie M. Cisco from Hempfield in lane 8. We've got 2 freshmen, 2 juniors, 2 sophomores, and 2 seniors. It's spread out across the board here in the final. Probably one of the most exciting, the quickest, real exciting is the end of game of day 2 when the team relay, and that's a lot of fun. Let me tell you what, if you've never been here and you're a fan of any of these swimming teams, you're just a fan in general, come on down. It is a lot of fun. It is hot.
Looks like we're nearing standing room only.
Oh, yeah, it always is. There's no doubt about it. Coaches and swimmers down by us and up above us to the right are officials and some family members, and they're in the water. Girls, heat 5 of 5, the 50-yard freestyle relay. They get to the first 25. Looks like Livingston, Connors, Tiskus in the middle of the pool. And coming down to the final 25, it looks like it could be Olivia Livingston, and I think it is. It is Olivia Livingston from Gateway, 22.71, the gold medalist. Ellie Tiskus second at 23.24, and Riley Jackson slides in there from Greater Latrobe at 23.69. So 22.71, and that is a new WPIAL record. Olivia Livingston set the record last year, a new WPIAL record. Another record set, and that's our second of the day as we go to the boys. And Sean, you will start us off. No, we're going to go 6. So I will start us off, so yes. You get to call the final.
A lot of competitors, 6 different heats on the boys' side.
Heat 1. Well, first of all, Mason Gonzalez from North Allegheny set the record last year at 20.05. And Gonzalez in it again this year. He'll be in heat number 5. Jack Lindquist of Hampton in lane 3. Scott Zanella of West Allegheny lane 4. Luca Stratamarovic, a junior from Woodland Hills in lane 5. And Stefan Stratamarovic, a freshman from Woodland Hills in lane 6. Heat 1 of 6. We've had 2 records set today. And this record just set again. Livingston beat her record from last year. Only a sophomore, Sean, 2 years in a row. And if I'm not mistaken, we interviewed her last year. Myself and Brandon Showers. She set a record as a freshman, set another record as a sophomore. She was over here by us a little while ago. She's having a good time, big smile on her face. Boys 50-yard freestyle, they're in the water. Heat 1 of 6. Looks like only 3 competitors, as lane 2, Scott Zanella is not in there. So it's Lindquist in 3, Stratamarovic, Lucas Stratamarovic in 5, Stefan Stratamarovic in 6. And it is Lundqvist finishes first, Stefan Stratamarovic second, Luka Stratamarovic third.
Just 3 competitors in that heat. Now it goes to the full 8 with Aaron Johansson of Mount Lebanon competing in lane 1. Max Orlowski of Cannon McMillan in round 2. Nathaniel Rowe of Fox Chapel in 3. Alec Haig of Central Catholic in lane 4. Nathan Gabriel of Gateway in 5. Alex Smith of Mount Lebanon in 6. Stephen Moreau of Moon in lane 7. And Everin Seton of North Allegheny competing in lane 8. 50 yards, 25 down, 25 back for the boys in the freestyle. Probably going to need a time of about 21 and a half seconds, maybe 21 seconds to win gold in this race, as they are underway for heat number 2. Who's the first into the turn? Looks as though maybe Nathaniel Rowe. And now in lane 2, Orlowski might have the edge. In lane 7, making a surge is Moreau. Who is it? It is Max Orlowski in lane 2, representing Cannon McMillan. 22:47 his time in second. Rowe in third. Moreau in fourth. Gabriel, fifth goes to Smith. Sixth place Johansson. Seventh for Haig. And Sutton in eighth.
In heat 3 of the 50-yard freestyle, Ryan D. Rameli of Franklin Regional in lane 1. Alex M. Shawn from Franklin Regional in lane 2. Max Skeen from Seneca Valley in lane 3. Brant Purcell of Cannon McMillan in lane 4. Luke De Palma from Gateway in lane 5. Michael D. Vareja from Penn Trafford in lane 6. Aiden Dowdle from Peters Township in lane 7. And Ricky J. Pierce from McKeesport will be in lane 8. Boys 50-yard freestyle. 6 heats. This is heat 3. And they're off in the water. Good lead. Good start by Ricky J. Pierce of McKeesport in lane 8. As they come down the last 25, boy, it is going to be impossible to tell this one by the naked eye, but I'm going to guess in lane 5 or 6, Vareja, and I'm right. Michael Vareja first from Penn Trafford. Second is Shawn. Third is Purcell. Fourth is Rameli. Fifth, De Palma. Sixth, Skeen. Seventh, Dowdell. Eighth, Pierce, who started off really well.
And that brings up heat number 4 of 6 in lane number 1. David Marinchak of Greater Latrobe. Liam Salk of Cannon McMillan in 2. Jake Lee of Seneca Valley in 3. Ethan Yan of Franklin Regional in lane 4. Adam Toth of Hempfield in lane 5. Mayan Lobsher of Woodland Hills in lane 6. Andrew Mikhailovsky of Peters Township. I apologize if I missed that one. There's a lot of syllables there. In lane 7, and Ryan Rose, also of Peters Township, in lane 8, rather. As we are underway in heat number 4 out of 6 here for the boys. 50 yards. One time down, one time back. As they move into the turn, looks like maybe Lobsher of Woodland Hills with the edge. He's in lane 6. Neck and neck with Adam Toth in lane 5. Who's it going to go to? It goes to Lobsher. So the Wolverines represented well there by the senior as he finishes with a time of 21:84 in second, Toth. In third, Rose. In fourth, Salk. In 5, Lee. In 6th, Mikhailovsky. In 7th, Marinchak. And rounding out the top 8, Yant.
Heat 5 of 6, Samuel Reese from Upper St. Clair in lane 1. Jacob M. Yant in lane 2 from Penn Trafford. Mason A. Fischel from Franklin Regional in lane 3. Luke P. Babick from Penn Trafford in lane 4. Ethan J. Tolenko from Norwin in lane 5. Glenn Hanna from Penn Hills in lane 6. Charlie R. Rice from Mount Lebanon in lane 7. Brian Wilson from Hempfield in lane 8. Heat 5 of 6. And Sean will have to call the final of this one, then we'll take a break, go give out some awards, and we'll come back for the final 4 events. In the water they go. Good start by Hanna in lane 6. See if he can hold on to that. And he hit the first 25. They're on their way back to the second 25. There are a lot of competitors fighting for this one, but it looks like Tolenko in lane 5 may hold on to win this heat, and it is. Ethan Tolenko first, Luke Babick second, Charlie Rice third, Glenn Hanna fourth, Brian Wilson fifth, Jacob Yant sixth, Mason Fischel seventh, Samuel Reese eighth.
And that brings up heat number 6, the final heat for the boys' 50-yard freestyle. Tolik Borisov in lane number 1 for North Allegheny. Michael Bushnell of Central Catholic in lane 2. Joel Songer of North Allegheny in 3. Mason Gonzalez, the favorite, in lane 4. Gavin Mayo of Hempfield in 5. Kevin Lovasic of North Hills in 6. Teammate Andrew Mahoney of North Hills in 7. Jack Cusick of Mount Lebanon in lane 8. Again, lane 1 the furthest, lane 8 the nearest. Gonzalez set the record last year, 20.05 seconds. He's looking to claim another gold.
And he can fly. He can really move. This should be exciting to watch him.
Gonzalez in lane 4. The 50-yard freestyle for the boys underway. And Gonzalez looks like he has the early lead, although Gavin Mayo not far behind for Hempfield. Into the turn already. These boys are flying, and Gonzalez seemingly has created some separation as Mason Gonzalez comes in 20.06, 1/100th of a second off tying his record from a year ago, but he claims another gold.
Wow.
So Mason Gonzalez, 20.06, takes first. Second place goes to Mayo of Hempfield, 20.73. In third place, Songer, 20.94. After that, fourth place, Bushel. Fifth place goes to Mahoney. Sixth to Lovasic. Seventh to Borisov, and eighth to Cusick to round out the top 8 for that final heat.
Boy, he was moving, wasn't he? Man, he was going. And I got to tell you, that was one heck of a race by Gonzalez, who just missed another WPIAL record.
So we will take a break. When we come back, we'll announce all the medalists thus far, and we will continue the action here in the AAA Swimming Championships. You are watching 2018 coverage of the WPIAL Swimming Championships. It's sponsored by Sandcastle. It's here. It's on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
The team at UPMC Sports Medicine doesn't just rebuild wrists and knees. They build better athletes. Athletes at every level who want to get stronger and faster and prevent injuries. Fact is, no other sports medicine program in the region is more experienced when it comes to treating, training, and inspiring athletes. UPMC, the official healthcare provider of the Penguins, Steelers, and you. Find out more at upmcsportsmedicine.com.
2 records, right?
Looking for a fun and rewarding summer job? Sandcastle provides a great summer job experience. Sandcastle is hiring and looking for people who want to create summer fun for all our guests. Positions are also available in lifeguards, cashiers, food service, guest service, maintenance, and park services. Members of the Sandcastle team receive excellent perks too, like discounted tickets for family and friends and free admission to other select amusement parks. Are you ready to join our exciting summer team? Visit sandcastlewaterpark.com for more details and to apply today.
People ask what drives me. It's the respect I have for my opponents, the trust I have in my teammates, a coach who treats me with dignity, and a university that has faith in me on and off the field. That's what keeps me focused, why I practice harder, play my heart out. I play to win. I play for Carlo. Tell us your story using #WhatDriveSYou.
Carlo University is a proud sponsor of the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Hi, this is Josh Roundtree with the new Trib Live High School Sports Network's PIHL Power Play Show. This winter, myself and the coach, Kevin Zlomansky, will bring you the most comprehensive coverage of high school hockey in Western PA. Hey, Kevin, any suggestions on how we can pull it off?
We're not goons. We're not bullies. No matter what people say or do, we have to be ourselves.
Okay. Well, word is that you've been letting success go to your head a bit.
Hey, what I do is none of your business. Is that clear?
This should be a fun season. It's the PIHL Power Play Show every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock on the new Trib Live High School Sports Network.
AstroTurf, a pioneer in sports surfacing, proudly supports high school athletics. Visit one of their 280 fields in the tri-state area to see their cutting-edge technology. AstroTurf's focus on R&D enables them to provide innovative surfaces that protect athletes and stand the test of time. AstroTurf now propels performance with iconic turf fields and legendary Record-Tan tracks. They manufacture, build, and maintain a full range of turf and track systems for total quality control. Learn more at astroturf.com.
The team at UPMC Sports Medicine doesn't just rebuild wrists and knees. They build better athletes. Athletes at every level who want to get stronger and faster and prevent injuries. Fact is, no other sports medicine program in the region is more experienced when it comes to treating, training, and inspiring athletes. UPMC, the official healthcare provider of the Penguins, Steelers, and you. Find out more at upmcsportsmedicine.com.
The Trib Live High School Sports Network, your home for the 2017-18 WPIAL Class AAA Swimming Championships here at Treese Pool, University of Pittsburgh and Oakland. I'm Sean Myers alongside Mike Gazadian. I want to thank our great sponsors, including Sandcastle, the lead sponsor here. And we also want to mention that if you're a working professional ready to move up in your career, Seton Hill University has a program just for you. Seton Hill's adult degree program offers flexible undergraduate degree courses in areas like accounting, criminal justice, business, and human services. The adult degree program has 5 start dates a year and offers convenient course times, financial aid, a 96% placement rate, and career services for life. Register for our next info session and learn more at setonhill.edu/ADP. Seton Hill University, this way up. Mike, we have 4 events remaining in day 1 of 2 for Class AAA. What's really stood out to you so far?
Well, I would say, let's look. We've only had 2 WPL records set so far, which is about the average. We've had some pretty good swimmers. Olivia Livingston, the sophomore, has set a record 2 years in a row. I would say in girls, that stands out. And then also that Upper St. Clair in girls is staying close. They're 30 points down right now through 4 girls events. And in the boys side, I'd say that North Allegheny starting to dominate. No surprise in boys. They lead Upper St. Clair in the team rankings 170 to 114. No surprise there. But Olivia Livingston, she was just by us again. She was standing by us early. She just woke by. People were thanking her. Tremendous young lady, 2nd year in a row setting a record, and she's got a heck of a career in front of her, huh?
Certainly that is the case. As we had mentioned, we have completed 6 events so far, or excuse me, 8 events so far. That means the remaining events today, the girls 100 butterfly, the boys 100 butterfly, the girls 200 freestyle relay, and the boys 200 freestyle relay as the medalists being honored right now.
There's Olivia Livingston. We'll give you some quick results. We'll go top 3 because they're going to get ready to start the next. Girls 200-yard medley relay, Mount Lebanon wins it. North Allegheny second, Moon third, Fox Chapel fourth, Seneca Valley fifth, Upper St. Clair sixth, Plum seventh, North Hills eighth, Butler ninth, Peters Township 10th. That's the girls' 200-yard medley relay.
For the boys 200, North Allegheny first, Upper St. Clair second, Peters Township, Seneca Valley, Cannon McMillan, Hempfield area, Pittsburgh Central Catholic, Moon, Penn Trafford, and Kiski area.
Girls 200-yard freestyle. First was Abby Matheny of Upper St. Clair, Molly Smyers from North Allegheny second, Sophia Donati third from Mount Lebanon, Christine Mim from North Allegheny fourth, Zoe Wilson from Hempfield fifth, Olivia Schaefer from Upper St. Clair sixth, Olivia Casau seventh from North Allegheny, Abby Duncan from South Fayette eighth, Devin Scott Davis from Mount Lebanon 9th, Carly B. Shreve from Connellsville 10th.
For the boys 200-yard freestyle, Jack Wright of North Allegheny takes first, Adam Wisner of Central Catholic second, Stefan Hopta of Peters Township third, Alex Deemer of Butler fourth, Neil Wibble of North Hills fifth, North Allegheny's Josh Galecki in sixth, Joshua Madzi of Kiski area in seventh, Brandon Novak of Upper St. Clair in eighth, Ben Diffendahl of Upper St. Clair in ninth, and Rowan DeBoer of Alderdice finishes 10th.
And that Jack Wright win was a new WPIAL record. Into the girls, 200-yard individual medley. Laura Gettler from Butler first, Tori Berger from North Allegheny second, Lilla McGrath from North Allegheny third, Abigail Ramey from Franklin Regional fourth, Maria Morosco from Laurel Highlands fifth, Devin Taylor from Plum sixth, Leah Baker from Moon seventh, Megan Smith from Mars eighth, Lauren Connors from Upper St. Clair ninth, and Corinna Pazik from Penn Trafford 10th, the girls' 200-yard individual medley.
And for the boys' 200-yard IM, Rick Mim of North Allegheny captures gold. He's followed by second place Jack Fitzpatrick of Upper St. Clair. Another Panther in third, Josh Matheny of USC, followed by Central Catholic's John Gallinger. Nick Mundry of Upper St. Clair in fifth, Ethan Song for North Allegheny sixth, John Ealing of North Allegheny seventh, Patrick Cavanaugh of Franklin Regional eighth, David Frowen of Upper St. Clair 9th, North Allegheny, Matthew Kuhn in 10th in event number 6.
And quickly, girls 50-yard freestyle. The winner, second year in a row, second WPL record set in a row. Olivia M. Livingston from Gateway, 22.71. She wins it. Ellie A. Tiskus from Oakland Catholic second, Riley Jackson from Greater Latrobe third, Taylor Connors from Upper St. Clair fourth, Maddie Cisco from Hempfield fifth, Hannah Murrow from Penn Trafford sixth, Maddie Dorish from Mount Lebanon seventh, Mary Flavin from North Allegheny eighth, Savannah Plascon from Gateway 9th, and Eleanor Connor from Upper St. Clair 10th.
As we will get into the results for boys 50 freestyle in a second, but we have to quickly move to the girls 100-yard butterfly as these competitors down and back twice. In lane number 2, Jacqueline Lenhart of Pine Richland. She's joined by Emily Cuba of North Allegheny in lane 3, Haley Poe in lane 4 representing South Fayette, Olivia Rohal of West Allegheny in 5, Gianna Petrella of Seneca Valley in 6, Emma Weiss of Butler in lane 7 as they are nearing the halfway point already. And in the near lane, Emma Weiss with a good mark, but it's Rohal of West Allegheny actually the best mark halfway through. Looking at a time of maybe about 56 seconds with a chance to get gold. This is heat number 1 of 4. As the girls make the turn and they come down the final stretch. In the near lane, Emma Weiss looking like she's in a good spot. Rohal as well. She was the leader halfway through. In lane 4, Haley Poe making a surge. Who's it going to be? Is it Rohal? It is. 59.99 her time in second place. Poe at 1 minute 58 seconds. Weiss comes in third, 1 minute 85 seconds, followed by Petrella in fourth, and fifth, Lenhart Cuba in sixth to round out heat number 1.
Heat 2 of 4. Olivia Meaner from Seneca Valley in lane 1, Francesca Nemitz from Hempfield in lane 2, Molly A. Malloy from Connellsville in lane 3, Meredith Pepka in lane 4 from Kiski in lane 5, Charlotte Jones from Plum, Emily Smith from Hempfield in lane 6, Jenna Stanton from Shaler area in lane 7, Courtney Kasanovic from Norwin in lane 8. The WPL record set all the way back, Sean, in 1983 by Melanie Bottomeyer. It's been a long, long time. 54-16. 35-year-old record.
It's even older than me.
Oh, how about that? And in the water they go. The girls' 100-yard butterfly, up and back twice. After 25, coming down to the 50-yard mark. It looks like it's going to be lane 4. Pepka is going to lead, I believe, and it is Pepka first. Second is Charlotte Jones as they head to the 75-yard mark. Girls 100-yard butterfly, followed by the boys. 4 more events this morning. And we'll be back at 3 for the double A portion of day 1. 2 days. The Trib Live High School Sports Network will be here live on video for you. And winning this heat, it's going to be close. Up in lane 2, Nemitz. Yes, Francisca Nemitz first at 59.26. Second is Jenna Stanton. Third is Charlotte Jones. 4 is Meredith Pepka, who led after 100. 5th, Smith. 6th, Kasanovic. 7th, Malloy. And 8th, Meaner.
That was tough to tell from the naked eye as we now move to heat number 3. Indy Patterson of Moon in lane number 1. Julia Listwack of Seneca Valley in 2. North Hills, Brianna Joel in lane number 3. Abby Mealy of Cannon McMillan in lane 4. Marley Howe of Mount Lebanon in 5. Joelle Schneiderman of Alderdice in lane 6. Maddie Sutter of Upper St. Clair in 7. Abby Griffith of Butler in lane 8. This is the 3rd heat out of 4 for the girls' 100-yard butterfly here at Trees Pool, University of Pittsburgh in Oakland. A busy day on the network, especially in this area, as we'll have 3 WPIAL basketball championships right across the street at the Peterson Event Center as the girls make their way down the pool for the first time into the turn. We'll see if anyone creates separation as we near the halfway point. Looks like possibly Abby Mealy in the lead. It's actually Schneiderman of Alderdice in lane 6 who had the best time halfway through. Very close between a number of girls. Schneiderman, Howe, Mealy, they're all in contention as they make the turn and come down the stretch in the 100-yard butterfly in heat number 3. In lane 4, looks like Mealy might be making a surge. Howe next to her in the near lane. Griffith, is it going to be Griffith? No, it's Howe. Marley Howe, 57.98. First place Griffith in second, 58.39. Third place, 58.53 for Schneiderman, rounding out the rest of the heat. In 4th, Mealy. In 5th, Sutter. In 6th, Listwack. In 7th, Joel. And Patterson finishes 8th.
Heat 4 of 4, the finals. We should get the gold medal winner from here. Stephanie Sipple, a senior from Penn Hills in lane 1. Yanira Bohan, a junior from Upper St. Clair in lane 2. Ann Juneau, a senior from North Allegheny in lane 3. Trinity M. Ward, a junior from Mount Lebanon in lane 4. Jocelyn S. Philo, a senior from Fox Chapel in lane 5. Cassidy Sweeney, a sophomore from Penn Trafford in lane 6. Or I'm sorry, Peters Township in lane 6. Abby M. Beatty, a sophomore from Moon in lane 7. And Margaret E. Smith from Oakland Catholic, a sophomore in lane 8. Again, 54.16 is the WPIAL record. Trinity Ward came in seated at 55.93. If she has her best time ever, she could set a new WPIAL record. They're in the water. Girls, 100-yard butterfly. Up and back. Up and back. 100 yards, 25 each length of the pool. First 25. Tough to tell a leader, but I believe it is Ward. Ward with a slight lead, and let they get to the halfway point. Ward at 25:31. She is under WPIAL record time. Trinity Ward from Mount Lebanon. The Mount Lebanon folks in front of us are about to go crazy. She leads after 50. She leads after 75. Can she beat the WPIAL record? The junior. She's leading. Trinity Ward, can she set a record? Trinity Ward for the gold medal, 55:18, and she just misses by less than a second, or a second and 1/100th. But Trinity Ward finishes first, wins the gold medal. Jocelyn Philo second, and Juneau third. Sweeney fourth, fifth Bohan, sixth Beatty, seventh Sipple, eighth Smith, and I thought Ward had it. She was well under the time, Sean, but as you get into that third and fourth length, it gets a little longer for you, and she just didn't have the stamina. 1 and 1/100th. She just missed a new WPIAL record. It's been 35 years in the standing.
But the consolation is a gold medal.
Oh, there's
so
no doubt about that.
A pretty happy time for Ward as we move on to the 100 boys butterfly now.
Boys, we'll start it off. And Ryan Dudzinski 2 years ago set it at 47.93. WPIAL record. Michael Fry from Norwin, a senior in lane 1. Stephen Adametz, a junior from Shaler in lane 2. Caleb J. Dankel, a senior from Albert Gallatin in lane 3. Nolan Steely from Hempfield, a junior in lane 4. Jacob R. Bailey in lane 5 from Franklin Regional, a sophomore. Garrett Bazzelli from Peters Township in lane 7, a sophomore. Cole Orlowski, a freshman from Cannon McMill in lane 7. And Trevor Elliott, a freshman from Seneca Valley in lane 8.
By the way, Mike, social media blowing up with all of the coverage that we have of this swimming championship here today.
Fantastic. Glad to have everybody watching us. We got to watch our P's and Q's, man. We're getting it all done here for the folks as the first leg of the 100-yard butterfly for the boys. First heat 1 of 4. Through 25. It's tight, but it looks like it could be Steely or Bailey leading now into 50. I believe that's Bazzelli that's going to lead, and it is. Garrett Bazzelli first at 25.30. 25.86 Orlowski second. 25.64 Adam is second. 86 Orlowski third. Boy, it is tight in the boys' first heat. They go 75. They hit the wall. Coming down to the final 100. Does anybody separate? It looks like Bazzelli has the lead, and he does. Well, check that. That's Nolan Steely has the lead, and Steely should win it. He does. Nolan Steely at 54.66 first. Caleb Dankel second. Garrett Bazzelli falls to third. Adam it's fourth. Bailey fifth. Orlowski sixth. Elliott seventh, and eighth is Michael Fry to heat 2.
And the 8 competitors for the second heat in lane 1, Hampton's Drew Scheib. He's joined by Seneca Valley's Max Brendel in lane 2. Elias Holm of Franklin Regional in lane 3. Jason Zhang of Upper St. Clair in lane 4. Samuel Reese in lane 5 representing Upper St. Clair. North Allegheny's R.J. Swanson in lane 6. Maximilian Campbell of Pine Richland in lane 7. Nick Graziano representing Penn Trafford in lane 8. Heat number 2 of 4, the boys' 100-yard butterfly. Down and back twice for these competitors. Remember, lanes 4 and 5 go to the competitors with the best qualifying times as we are underway. Again, the nearest lane on our camera, lane 8, the furthest, lane 1. As the boys with the butterfly stroke down to the wall for the first time and they make the turn. Hard to see if anyone's created separation in lane 1. Scheib and in 2, Brendel have a good surge. As we're to the halfway point, it is Bredel, who has the best time. He's in lane 2. Next to him, Elias Holm, who wants to swim with Elias. As they make the turn to the wall, and now the final 25 yards. And it looks like Bredel could have the upper hand here, as he has created some separation from the nearest competitors, as Max Bredel finishes in first, 52.18. Next to him, it's Scheib at 53.10 in second place. In third, Jason Zhang of Upper St. Clair, 53.41, followed by Samuel in fifth, Elias Holm in sixth, Graziano in seventh, R.J. Swanson, and Maximilian Campbell rounds out the top 8.
When we go to heat 3 of 4, Connor G. Quiggle of Seneca Valley, a senior in lane 1. John T. Sandella, a senior from Penn Trafford in lane 2. A senior from Woodland Hills, Benito L. Contouris in lane 3. A freshman from Butler, Sam K. Deemer in lane 4. Brendan Brzezowski, a junior from Kiski in lane 5. Paul Lanuski, a senior from Peters Township in lane 6. Justin M. Dechek, a junior from Plum in lane 7. Petru Malescu from Mount Lebanon, a junior in lane 8. As we get ready to start heat 3 of 4. And they're in. Boys 100-yard butterfly to the first 25 meters. Doing well in lane 7 is Dechek. See what he does coming to 50. As they hit the 25 under the water, they come out. And it looks to me like that could be Lanuski or Dechek. Well, it's going to be close. But I believe Lanuski taking over. It's Contouris first. Benito Contouris from Woodland Hills in first after 50. They approach the 75. Boys, 100-yard butterfly, 75, and I think Contouris still holds on to it. Under the water, they come up. Who has the best time? I think Contouris still has it, but he's being challenged. It looks like Contouris has this heat, and he does. Ben Contouris from Woodland Hills first. Second, Justin Dechek. Third, Sam Deemer. Fourth, Lanuski. Fifth, Sandala. Sixth, Malescu. Seventh, Rosowski. And eighth, Quiggle.
And that brings up the fourth and final heat for the boys 100 butterfly. In lane number 1, Colton Digges of Moon, joined by Owen Blazer of Seneca Valley in 2. Tolik Borisov of North Allegheny in lane 3. Andrew Zhang of North Allegheny as well in lane 4. Kimani Gregory of Penn Hills in lane 5. Cody Stewart of Canon-Mac in 6. Jerry Chen of North Allegheny in lane 7. Alex Steger of Pine Richland in lane 8. And it's likely to determine the gold medalist in the boys 100 butterfly. As the competitors to the board. This is our 8th event today. Excuse me, 10th event as we are underway. And a good start, it appears, for Zhang as well as Gregory as we're at the turn. Also surging in lane 6, Cody Stewart. Stewart and Gregory appear to be the front runners. It is Stewart first, then Gregory. Zhang has some ground to make up. Gregory really setting a good pace here. Nearing the 3/4 mark. Gregory the first into the turn. He's neck and neck right now with Stewart. Gregory and Stewart appear to be ahead of the pack. Can anyone catch them? Right now it's Kimani Gregory. Can he hang on? He will. Kimani Gregory, 48-45 to take first place. What a performance there. In second place, Cody Stewart, 49.08, and third, Zhang, 50.05, rounding out the rest of the group. Owen Blazer in fourth, and fifth place, Colton Digges in sixth. Tolik Borisov in seventh, Alex Steger, and in eighth, Jerry Chen. So 48-45, the winning time.
We go to the girls' 200-yard freestyle relay. WPIAL record 133.76 set in 2015 by North Allegheny, Sulia, McGrath, Wright, and Dew. And lane 3 will be Bethel Park. Lane 4 will be Shaler. Lane 5, oh boy, they're going to throw me one here. That should be, is that Brashear?
Is that Baldwin?
That's Baldwin. Baldwin in lane 5, and Pine Richland in lane 6. Freestyle relay, 4 competitors in usually the fastest discipline. Yeah, freestyle is the fastest discipline. As the girls get ready and we wait for the final 2 events. The girls 200-yard freestyle relay and the boys 200-yard freestyle relay. And, you know, Sean, we'll get the call the boys after the girls, but it should be interesting to see what North Allegheny can do in the boys. Last year, they set the WPIAL record at 122.93. In that heat, in that championship were Wright, Mim, Gonzalez, and Krieger. 3 of the 4 are back. And North Allegheny is seated in there in the lane 4 at 120.46. They are almost 3 seconds better seated than the record they set last year. So they've got a chance to shatter their record from last year. But that's coming up. I got the girls first as we wait for the girls to get there. Are they giving awards? Yeah, they're giving awards, yeah. We could kill some time. We still got to read some results, right? We missed a couple. You were going to give the...
Yeah, we left off at the boys 50 freestyle, and that went to, of course, Mason Gonzalez of North Allegheny. His final time, 20.06, just off the all-time record. In second, Gavin Mayo of Hempfield area, 20.73. 20.94 for Joel Songer of North Allegheny. Rounding out the top 10, Michael Bushel of Central Catholic North Hills, Andrew Mahoney in fifth, Ethan Tolenko of Norwin in sixth, Kevin Lovasic of North Hills in seventh, Luke Babick of Penn Trafford eighth, Tolik Borisov of North Allegheny in ninth. Rounding out the top 10, Mayan Lobsher of Woodland Hills.
And now we have the girls 100-yard butterfly. Trinity M. Ward from Mount Lebanon, a junior, wins it at 55.18. Jocelyn Philo of Fox Chapel second. Ann Junot of North Allegheny third. Cassidy Sweeney of Peters Township fourth. Yanira Bohan of Upper St. Clair fifth. Marley R. Howell of Mount Lebanon sixth. Abby Mbidi of Moon area seventh. Stephanie Sipple of Penn Hills eighth. Abby Griffith ninth from Butler. And Joelle Schneiderman of Taylor Alderdice 10th. The girls 100 butterfly. We will have the boys 100 butterfly as soon as they give it to us. Sean, it's about what it is normally every year. We've seen in the last 10 years. North Allegheny boys and girls, they are the dominant force in swimming, and they are that good, and they are leading now. As the girls, not as big a lead, and the girls have a lead of 139 to 117. Mount Lebanon has overtaken Upper St. Clair now for second. As North Allegheny first at 139, Mount Lebanon 117, Upper St. Clair 112, Moon at 56, Butler at 47, fifth. Tied with for fifth is Fox Chapel, and seventh is Seneca Valley, eighth is Plum, ninth is North Hills, and Hempfield is in 10th. And we had the boys, I don't know if you want to read the boys, what they had after, we're still waiting on their last event, but the boys had a healthy lead after their events.
Yeah, through 8, it was North Allegheny at 170 points, Upper St. Clair 114, Central Catholic in third with 76, followed by Peters Township with 50, Hempfield area, Penn Trafford, North Hills, Seneca Valley, Cannon-McMillan, Butler area, rounding out the top 10.
I think they're giving section championships right now, I believe is what they're doing. They're giving out some awards. Do we want to take a break, or you want to keep it here? May as well. Do we have any reads?
We could keep it here. No, we got through all of those. We did want to thank our great sponsor, Sandcastle, once again for helping us make this a reality. Again, it is a video broadcast, second straight year that we've done that, and Chris Lackner manning the camera, doing a great job. Did want to remind everyone that later today at around 3 o'clock, we begin the AA portion of this, and then tomorrow, the remaining events for both AAA in the morning and AA in the afternoon. We'll have that as well with Steve Nagler and Sean Saputo on the call.
Also, folks, we want to remind you that this game and this event and the broadcast rights of this event are the sole and exclusive property of the WPIAL and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Any broadcast of this event is intended exclusively for the benefit of the listening audience, and any use, rebroadcast, or distribution of this broadcast without the express written consent from the WPIAL Trib Live High School Sports Network is strictly prohibited. You know, Sean, it's a lot of years we've been covering this, formerly the MSA Sports Network, before that, the Nauticom Sports Network. Now, so gracious to have our owners, the Trib Live High School Sports Network, and they're really ramping it up with video now.
Well, today starts a new era with the basketball championship.
Exactly, with the new video, and I'm so proud to be a part of it, as you are. But this is one of my favorite events. And a lot of people, when you tell them swimming, I told somebody yesterday, I'm going to do swimming. They went, oh. And I said, you don't have any idea how much fun it is, especially day 2 on the finals, especially when it's close. And I've been here when the team event, it's between 2 rival schools, and whoever wins is going to win the team event, and whoever finishes second is going to finish second. I've seen one team overtake another team because of it. It is the ultimate excitement. You cannot hear yourself talk next to the person you're with. It's so loud. and it is a lot of fun, and it's a lot of excitement. There are a lot of good people associated with it, and I'm just glad to come down here and be able to do this every year. And I think it's probably one of the most exciting events. Yeah, it doesn't attract what football does, but these athletes, some of these kids have been working since they've been small, and some of these athletes are the best athletes in the WPIAL.
So we now have received the boys 100-yard butterfly results. We'll run them down. First place, we just called his name, Kamani Gregory of Penn Hills with a time of 48:45. Second place goes to Canaan McMillan's Cody Stewart, 49:08. Andrew Zhang of North Allegheny, 50:05. Owen Blazer of Seneca Valley, 4th. Colton Diggus of Moon Area, 5th. North Allegheny's Tolik Borisov in 6th. Benito Cantoris of Woodland Hills in 7th. Alex Steger of Pine Richland, 8th. Jerry Chen of North Allegheny. Max Brettel of Seneca Valley, and Dustin Dechek of Plum round out the top 10. We can take a quick break here as our video will continue to film the honorees as we move on. Just 2 events remain. It's the 2018 WPIAL Boys and Girls Swimming Championships. You're watching it here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. It's sponsored by Sandcastle.
It's the respect I have for my opponents, the trust I have in my teammates, a coach who treats me with dignity, and a university that has faith in me on and off the field. That's what keeps me focused, why I practice harder, play my heart out. I play to win. I play for Carlo. Tell us your story using #WhatDriveSYou.
Carlo University is a proud sponsor of the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Inside the WPIAL Wrestling Circle every Monday at 7 o'clock on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Each week, we'll take a look at the latest happenings on the mat from around the WPIAL, talk with coaches, and get you set for what's to come as the season rolls on. Come out and see us every Monday as the show we broadcast live from 40 Bar and Grill just west of Washington on Route 40. Inside the WPIAL Wrestling Circle every Monday night at 7 o'clock only here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
For a weekly in-depth look at boys and girls high school basketball in the district, log on to the WPIAL Roundball Report every Wednesday at 6 p.m. here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Join experts Chris Harlan, Sean Myers, and James Dotson for coaches' interviews and the latest hoops news around the WPIAL. Oh, and Don Rebel is back on the show as well. That's the WPIAL Roundball Report, Wednesday at 6 p.m. here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
This is the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Sean Myers, Mike Azadian here at Trees Pool at the University of Pittsburgh. As we move on to our second to last event today in the Class AAA competition, it's the girls 200-yard freestyle relay. Heat number 1 consists of just 4 teams: Bethel Park, Shaler, Baldwin, and Pine Richland. The Blackhawks in 3, the Titans in 4, the Highlanders in lane 5, and the Rams in lane 6. Again, this is a 200-yard relay as the competitors freestyle their way down the pool. The record time 1:33.76 set 3 years ago by North Allegheny. As right now it appears as though Bethel Park has a slight edge, 1/4 of the way through the competition as the second swimmers into the pool. And it is the Blackhawks who have the early advantage. Bethel Park trying to add to that lead, but Shaler trying to trim into that deficit, make up some ground here as they make the turn for the second time down. And it is indeed the Blackhawks who've opened up a little bit of breathing room. Now nearing the halfway point. Bethel Park in first with a time of 51:26, followed by Shaler in third, Pine Richland, and then Baldwin. Although now things look to be much closer to even as Shaler's really made up some ground. Those two squads with a healthy lead over the fourth place teams. Now it appears as though Shaler might have just narrowly pulled ahead. 3/4 of the way through, it is the Titans in first for the final swimmers. Down and back one time with the freestyle to determine who captures the best time in this heat. It's heat 1 of 4 for the girls' 200-yard freestyle relay. And it looks like Bethel Park has regained that edge now. The Blackhawks trying to close it out. Down to the final stretch, it's Bethel Park, 142.36. Shaler takes second at 144.33, followed by Pine Richland and Baldwin.
Heat 2 of 4. Penn Hills in lane 1, North Hills in lane 2, Kiski in lane 3, Greater Latrobe in lane 4, Butler in lane 5, Plum in lane 6, Gateway in lane 7, and I believe one of the girls for Gateway is Olivia Livingstone. She is one of the 4. And Canna McMillan in lane 8. Girls 200-yard freestyle relay. PIAA record set by Penn Ridge in 2016. North Allegheny, as Sean said, in 2015. Sulia, McGrath, Wright, and Dew. Jacqueline Dew, interviewed her a couple years ago. Boy, she was a heck of a swimmer. North Allegheny has had a plethora of great swimmers over the years to go on and swim in college. And the program stays alive and stays strong as the girls lead by a little bit and the boys lead by a lot in team standings. Through the first 50, it looks like that's going to be Greater Latrobe first. Second swimmer in the water. Girls 200-yard freestyle. Latrobe leads it after 50 yards. They hit the wall at 75, come back to hit 100. We're going to be at the halfway point, still leading. In lane 4 is Latrobe. They've got probably about a 2 body length lead right now. Let's see who's second. Latrobe leads. Second is Plum at 50.77, third swimmer in the water. Latrobe has led throughout in Heat 2, and they are now at the 125 mark. 125 yards, going to get ready for the 150, and Latrobe still leads. They've got probably a body and a half lead, but coming in second now. Latrobe first, second is now Plum still. Last swimmer in the water. Can Latrobe lead from start to finish? We will find out as they hit the 175. Latrobe still in first. Greater Latrobe in girls, 200-yard freestyle relay. Will someone challenge them? There's a couple competitors that are making it close, and I think overtaking at the end is Gateway. Oh my, and who swims the leg? At the end is Olivia Livingstone, and Sean, she came from nowhere. They were down about 4 body lengths, and Olivia Livingstone that good to get Gateway first, second Greater Latrobe, third Plum, fourth Canna McMillan, fifth Butler, sixth Kiski, seventh North Hills, and eighth Penn Hills, and I'm telling you, she is a special swimmer.
And you have to feel like if you're the Gators and you're anywhere close heading into that final leg that you're going to have a good chance.
They weren't even in the running of the top 4. She came from 5th place back. Wow.
So we now move on to heat number 3 and lane number 1, the furthest lane, it's Mars, followed by South Fayette in lane 2, Norwin in lane 3, Fox Chapel in 4, Peters Township in 5, Alderdice in 6, Seneca Valley in 7, and Hampton in the nearest lane, lane 8. This is heat number 3 of 4 to crown the girls' 200-yard freestyle relay champions here at Treese Pool at the University of Pittsburgh. First time down, it appears as though Mars might have the upper hand. And now the first team in, Peters Township. The Indians competing in that 5th lane. The second swimmer's out there for the freestyle. Now they make the turn. And it looks as though it is Peters Township who still has the edge, although making a surge, Seneca Valley. Peters Township just ahead of Seneca Valley halfway through is swimmer number 3 in for each team. And again, Mike, when you get to that 4th swimmer, you could certainly make up some ground if they're
especially if they're a special swimmer, like a Livingstone was. And I think we're going to see great things from her in the next couple of years as well.
Looks like now Hampton in lane 8 has the edge. It's actually Seneca Valley, my mistake. That was lane 7. So the Raiders have the opportunity maybe to close this one out in heat number 3 of 4 as they make the turn to come down the final stretch. And it is indeed Seneca Valley with a bit of an edge in lane 7. However, in lane 4, Fox Chapel making a surge. It is Seneca Valley narrowly edging Fox Chapel. 139-64 the score for the Raiders. Fox Chapel in second. Third place goes to Peters Township. Fourth to Norwin. Fifth place goes to Alderdice. Sixth for Mars. Seventh for South Fayette. And eighth for Hampton.
The final heat of the final event of the first day of the girls AAA swimming championships. Heat 4 of 4. We'll get a champion from here. Penn Trafford in lane 1, West Allegheny in lane 2, Mount Lebanon in lane 3, North Allegheny in lane 4, Upper St. Clair in lane 5, Moon in lane 6, Hempfield in lane 7, Franklin Regional in lane 8. Again, WPIAL record set 2 years ago. Sulia, McGrath, Wright, and Dew, 133.76. North Allegheny with the lowest seeded time, 136.83. That's 3 seconds off of the thing. Usually the seed times are a little higher than what the final times are. They have a chance, see if they can beat their own record. If they can win it, second best seeded time was Upper St. Clair at 138.61. Third best time, Mount Lebanon at 138.69. 3 really good teams here in the girls 200-yard freestyle relay. 225, approaching 50. First girl in the water, and it's going to be, I think Upper St. Clair's going to be first. They are. 24.08, Upper St. Clair first. 24.44, Hempfield second. North Allegheny all the way at 24.89. They were fourth. Interesting to see what happens here. We are through 75. They make the turn. They're on to hit 100. Mount Lebanon people were pretty happy. They're neck and neck. Man, it's a 4-team race right now. And wow, I tell you what, there are 6 teams that close. First, I believe, was Hempfield. No, North Allegheny surges to first. Third swimmer in the water. It is that close. There are 5 teams that got a shot at this right now, Sean. This is one heck of a race. Maybe our best race of the day. Still now, third swimmer in the water. It is now a 3-team race. North Allegheny leads. In second, it's going to be Upper St. Clair. Neck and neck, 112.67 to 112.96, fourth swimmer in the water. This is going to come down to the last hand on the wall. Can North Allegheny win? Can they win for a second year in a row? Can they set a new WPIAL record? North Allegheny leads. Upper St. Clair's right behind them. Will it be North Allegheny? Upper St. Clair's right there. North Allegheny to the wall, and it is North Allegheny that wins. 136.16. They do not set a WPIAL record, but North Allegheny wins it at first. And what a race that was. Upper St. Clair second. Third is Franklin Regional. Fourth is Mount Lebanon. Fifth is Moon. Sixth is Hempfield. Seventh is Penn Trafford. And eighth is West Allegheny. And that, Sean, was one of the best races of the year. Anytime you get the team relays and you get 4 really good swimmers and you have 5 teams that close within a couple of seconds, first through fourth place was less than 2 seconds.
Yeah, you mentioned it, teams making up some ground late as well, and that's why it's very important to make sure you have the proper order for if you're going to have a swimmer that really can be an anchor and make up some ground, you know that your first 3 swimmers just kind of have to hang around and give them a chance, and that's really an impressive performance there by the Tigers because you mentioned they did not get off to a great start.
They did not. Now, boys 200-yard freestyle relay. Boys 200-yard freestyle relay. 4 heats. Heat 1 will be Shaler Area in lane 3, Greater Latrobe in lane 4, and in lane 5 will be Kiski. A reminder, last year, WPIAL record at 122.93 set by Gonzalez, Krieger, Mim, and Wright. Gonzalez, Mim, and Wright back in it again, I believe, or at least all are swimming here today. I would imagine 3 of their best swimmers, and I don't know for sure because it doesn't tell us the 4 competitors until we get the results. But I would imagine if they set the record last year, 3 of the 4 will be back. It's going to be who replaces Krieger. And they have the best seeded time. almost 3 seconds, 2.5 seconds under the record from last year. Sean will have the call of that final, and that should be interesting. No one, Sean, if you look, there is no one within 7 seconds of their seeded time.
Almost lapping the competition.
Yeah, second seed is going to be Pittsburgh Central Catholic, and they are sitting at 127. That's almost unheard of. 7 seconds better. That's how good Wright, Mim, Krieger, Gonzalez are, or this year, Wright, Mim, Gonzalez, and we'll find out who. So heat 1 of 4 as we wind up the morning session. Stay with us because as we end it, we'll quickly go through top 3 and the results, sign off, and we'll be back at 3 o'clock for the double-A portion. And as a reminder, tomorrow morning, it will be Steve Nagler and Sean Saputo for the finals, the last events for the boys and girls AAA and the boys and girls double-A, and day 2, and they will have crown team champions as well tomorrow. There's some sort of a delay, Sean. I don't know what it is. They're waiting for some competitors. I see 4 from Shaler. I see 4 from Greater Latrobe. I see 4 from Kiski. Not sure what the delay is here.
I'm not sure either, but we'll see if they get everything squared away.
They're ready now, I think. I don't know. Sometimes there are delays. It could be timing. Sometimes it could be a swimmer late. Now you see the starter get them up on the blocks, and then the official starter will get on the microphone, see if we can't catch that. And you hear him say, take your marks, go. 3 swimmers in the water, heat 1 of 4.
And not to take away from this race by any means, but I did want to ask you, the addition of the scores up there on that gigantic scoreboard, when did that come in? Because I think that's a huge benefit to anyone that's here.
I believe that might be at least 3 years. I'm pretty sure it was 2 years ago for me. It is Kiski first after the first 50. I'm pretty sure that's a brand new board 3, maybe 4 years ago.
And it really helps the
fans here. It was a nice board before, but this is a really professional, beautiful board now. Second swimmer approaching their final 50, and now in first is Shaler. Shaler first, Greater Latrobe second, Kiski third swimmer in the water. And I like how they line up. From here, you can see them come around the pool, line up, and get ready for heat number 2. Then you see heat number 3. And you got to know what you're doing. Now in heat 2, third swimmer done, or heat 1, third swimmer done. Shaler still leads. Second, Greater Latrobe. Third, Kiski. Kiski almost 3 seconds behind. And third swimmer now. And again, heat 1 of 4. Boys, 200-yard freestyle relay in the very humid, hot Joseph C. Trees pool. Scoreboard was sponsored by John M. and Gertrude E. Peterson. ACC swimming happens here, and they finally win it. It is Shaler, 134.46 first, 134.62 Greater Latrobe second, and third is Kiski at 135.85.
Speaking of Peterson, we mentioned the basketball championships right across the street at the Peterson Event Center. 3 today, 4 tomorrow, 5 Saturday. We will have all 12, and much like the swimming today, they will be video broadcasts, although there's going to be a little twist on the basketball. We're going to have multi-camera. We're going to have instant replay.
We're going to have interviews with coaches.
Graphics
after
on
halftime,
the screen.
coming back from halftime, post-game interviews. It's going to be a little bit different than before, but, boy, we are really excited and hoping that you folks like it as much as you like the swimming.
8 teams here for this competition. As in lane 1, Pine Richland. In lane 2, it's Plum Norwin in 3. Fox Chapel in 4, Butler in 5, Hampton in 6, West Allegheny in 7. I should clarify there's 7 teams competing in this second of 4 heats for the 200-yard freestyle relay on the boys' side. And thus far, it appears as though it is Plum that has the early edge. The Mustangs in lane 2 set the pace, 1/4 of the way through, 22.20, the score for Plum.
I was wondering on these relays, how do you know exactly as the next swimmer up when you jump in the water? They have officials there watching to make sure nobody leaves early. You got to see the hand touch, I guess, and it's just a matter of your reactions.
As the Mustangs still have the lead, but that lead might be slightly narrowed. 45-71, Plum in with the quickest time.
I think you start your takeoff, but your feet cannot leave the board until it touches.
As Plum still holding the lead as we're more than halfway through. The Mustangs competing in lane number 2, second furthest from us, and Plum the first team there. Second team, Fox Chapel, slightly behind, is Norwin. So the Mustangs now make the turn in the final leg. Can Plum close it out? Well, now it's getting interesting because right next to Plum, Norwin has made a surge, and the Knights battling for first place. It's down to Plum, it's down to Norwin. Who's it going to be? Is it the Knights? It is. 1:31.73. Good closing speed that time by the anchor for Norwin to take first place in that second heat.
Heat number 3. Taylor Alderdice will be in lane 1, Moon in lane 2, Seneca Valley lane 3, Mount Lebanon lane 4, Peters Township lane 5, Woodland Hills lane 6, Penn Hills lane 7, and Gateway in lane 8. As we wind up the morning session of the boys and girls AAA. They call it the Swimming and Diving Championships. The diving was held last week.
Although those scores do count.
Those scores do count. They do, you're right. And we are ready for Heat 3. Boys on the stand. Well, we got some tremendous athletes on the stand. You can just see the physiques, hard work these kids put in. First swimmer in the water. Good start. Really good start by Penn Hills. They seem to be the first jump, first in the water as they get to the first 25. Underneath the water, back out, underneath and up, heading to 50, and in first place right now is Penn Hills. Boy, that first swimmer is flying. Penn Hills in first. Second is Seneca Valley. Second swimmer, their first 25 to the 75-yard mark. Back the other way now. Back to the 100, and Penn Hills, I think, being overtaken by Seneca Valley first. Third swimmer in the water. Still, looks like Seneca Valley still leads. Seneca Valley will lead after 3. And second is Mount Lebanon. Last swimmer in the water. Still leading, and a heck of a last leg by Seneca Valley, and they should win this heat. Seneca Valley will finish first. Second will be Penn Hills. Third will be Mount Lebanon. Fourth, Woodland Hills. Fifth, Peters Township. Sixth, Gateway. Seventh, Taylor Alderdice, and eighth, Moon.
And that brings up the final heat, and that is the one that North Allegheny is the heavy favorite in, as the Tigers, by far the best seating time, will compete in lane 4. The lane assignments go as follows. In lane number 1, Franklin Regional. North Hills in lane 2, Upper St. Clair in 3, North Allegheny in 4, Central Catholic in 5, Hempfield competing in 6, Penn Trafford in 7, lastly, Cannon McMillan in 8. The 200-yard freestyle relay. 4 different competitors down and back. This is the final heat of the first day of competition for the AAA classification. As the swimmers into the pool. And in the early going, it looks like a good start for Hempfield, as the Spartans appear to be the first team to the wall. North Allegheny also making a surge, however, in lane 4. No surprise there. And now the Tigers seemingly neck and neck, maybe half pulled ahead, and indeed is North Allegheny just ahead of Hempfield as the second swimmer's in. 20.62 the time, a quarter of the way through for NA. Trying to claim another championship. They set the record a year ago at 122.93. Can they defend that title? North Allegheny really has pulled ahead 40-20. They're up by 3 seconds over everyone else.
There's no way. I mean, unless somebody really falters, and there's much practice in what they're doing, I don't think they're going to falter.
This is like 3-4 paces ahead right now for NA, really turning it on as the Tigers in complete command. 3/4 of the way through at a minute. No one else within 4 seconds of them.
Oh, yeah. I mean, again, the seeded time, no one within 7. I mean, I think they're going to blister their WPL record. They could go under 120.
It's not a question of if they'll win gold. It's if North Allegheny will set the record. The time, 121.15. That is a new record for North Allegheny. No one else even close. Central Catholic comes in second, 125.26, followed by Penn Trafford in 4th. North Hills, 5th place, goes to Upper St. Clair. 6th, it's Hempfield. 7th, Cannon McMillan. 8th, Franklin Regional. No surprise that NA won it, but Mike, how impressive is that?
Yeah.
Rewriting the record books for the Tigers.
They finished 4 seconds over 2nd place. They finished 5 over 3rd. They finished 6 over 4th, and just blistered. No one came close. No one was even near them. And we're going to read some final results and call it a morning. Yeah,
we're going to head to break real quick. Before we do that, when we come back, we will go over the final results here as the first day has wrapped up. You're watching 2018 WPIAL Boys and Girls Swimming Championships. It's sponsored by Sandcastle. It's here. It's on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Looking for a fun and rewarding summer job? Sandcastle provides a great summer job experience. Sandcastle is hiring and looking for people who want to create summer fun for all our guests. Positions are also available in lifeguards, cashiers, food service, guest service, maintenance, and park services. Members of the Sandcastle team receive excellent perks too, like discounted tickets for family and friends and free admission to other select amusement parks. Are you ready to join our exciting summer team? Visit sandcastlewaterpark.com for more details and to apply today.
We are back here at Trees Pool at the University of Pittsburgh. Day number 1 for AAA has wrapped up, and truthfully, there was not a ton of surprises, Mike.
Really.
North Allegheny, for the most part, took care of business. Some of the great individuals that we anticipated certainly lived up to the hype, but all said and done, there was a number of records that were set today.
Yeah, 4 records have been set. We'll go over them in a second. We're going to go top 3 with everything we have. Girls 200-yard medley relay. Mount Lebanon finishes first at 1:45. North Allegheny second. Moon area third in the girls 200-yard medley relay.
In the boys 200 medley relay, North Allegheny captures first, 1:30.97, the winning time. Upper St. Clair in second. Peters Township rounds out the top 3 medalists.
And for the girls 200-yard freestyle, Abby Matheny from Upper St. Clair at 1:51.38 first. Molly Smyers from North Allegheny second, and Sophia M. Donati from Mount Lebanon third.
That brings up the boys 200-yard freestyle, our 4th event. Jack Wright of North Allegheny, an impressive time, 1:37.82, a new record to capture gold behind him, Pittsburgh Central Catholic's Adam Wisner, and in third, Stefan Hopta representing Peters Township.
In the girls 200-yard individual medley, Laura B. Getler from Butler at 2:02.49 finishes first. Tori Berger from North Allegheny finishes second at 2:03.84. And Lila McGrath from North Allegheny at 2:07.01 finishes third.
On the boys' side for 200-yard IM, Rick Mim of North Allegheny, 1:49.46, captures gold. Jack Fitzpatrick of Upper St. Clair takes second, and fellow Panther Josh Matheny comes in third.
Our second WPL record set was a new WPL record, second straight year for her. Olivia M. Livingston, the girls' 50-yard freestyle from Gateway, 22:71. Beats her record from last year. She's first. Ellie A. Tiskus from Oakland Catholic second, and Riley E. Jackson from Greater Latrobe third.
The boys' 50 freestyle, Mason Gonzalez captured first place with a time of 20.06, just off of the record. Gavin Mayo of Hempfield in second. Joel Songer, also of North Allegheny, finishes third.
The girls' 100-yard butterfly, Trinity M. Ward from Mount Lebanon at 55.18 first. Jocelyn Phalo from Fox Chapel second, and Ann Junot from North Allegheny third.
Is it now the
boys 100-yard butterfly?
Okay, boys 100 butterfly. Kamani Gregory of Penn Hills takes first, 48-45, his time to capture gold. He's followed by Cody Stewart of Cannon McMillan, and Andrew Zhang of North Allegheny rounds out the top three.
And finally, the girls' 200-yard freestyle relay. North Allegheny finishes first. Mary Flavin, a junior, Molly Ace Myers, a freshman, Ann Juneau, a senior, and Christine C. Mim. We've heard those names all before, as they've all done well. A senior, they finished first at 136.16. Upper St. Clair second, Franklin Regional third. And the boys,
we'll be getting that hopefully momentarily, but we know who won. It was North Allegheny, and the Tigers, uber impressive. Once again, they wrap up first place with a time of 1:21.15, setting a record. We will wait for that to be finalized and made official, but we know North Allegheny won, and we will get you those results if they come momentarily. Wanted to reiterate before we sign off here today that we will have more swimming action today. The AA classification begins around 3 o'clock, maybe a few minutes before that. We'll sign on, and it'll be the same events for the boys and girls that we just had here today. And then, of course, tomorrow, the conclusion of boys and girls AAA in the morning, boys and girls AA in the afternoon. We'll have the same video feed, but we will have two different broadcasters, Steve Nagler, the veteran, and the newcomer, Sean Saputo, to wrap up our coverage. Of course, you can also check out our Twitter as well as our website, the Trib Live High School Sports Network. We have some videos, we have the results, we're going to have articles recapping as well, I believe, later today as well as tomorrow. And again, the basketball championships today, tomorrow, and Saturday on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Anything to add before we leave here today?
I mean, very impressive. North Allegheny leads in both boys and girls, I believe. I didn't look at the last girls event. I'm pretty sure they still lead in girls. Boys, they were leading as well.
Yeah, I do not have, at the most recent check for the boys, North Allegheny 208, Upper St. Clair 114.
How about the girls?
Central Catholic 76, and then Peters Township 54. I did not get the second to last event that you had.
You didn't?
I did not.
What's this? There it is right there.
All right.
Come on, Sean.
Sorry. North Allegheny holding a lead, but it's not nearly as wide as the boys. It's 179 for the Tigers, 147 for Mount Lebanon, Upper St. Clair 146, and then there's a big drop-off. Moon in fourth with 84. So that's going to do it here today for the first of two installments for the boys and girls Class AAA Swimming Championship. I want to thank our great cameraman, Chris Lackner. He's going to stick around and be back to join us for AA. Once again, that one starts around 3. So from our broadcast colleague Mike Azani, and this is Sean Myers signing off. You've been watching 2017-18 WPIAL Boys and Girls Swimming Championships. It's been sponsored by Sandcastle here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Swimming Championships at tribhssn.triblive.com and sponsored by Sandcastle, by Excella Health, by Seton Hill University, by 380 Discount Warehouse, by AstroTurf, by UPMC Sports Medicine, by Carlow University, and by Trib Total Media. You can follow all the winter sports, district, and into the state postseason every day by logging on to tribhssn.triblive.com. The preceding has been an exclusive presentation of the Trib Live High School Sports Network.